Oh. All right, guys, here we are, ready for session 25 already. Well, not already. We did start in like March or something like that, or April. I don't know, some point earlier this year. Last time, you guys spent the day touring around the wonderful municipality of Tyrok's Landing. You guys went to various places. Dresd'a went to the market and tried to make sure that no one was going to screw around with the ship. I believe several of you guys went to the downpour and briefly talked with, overheard some farmers there and talked to them briefly. Talked with the owner of that, whose name escapes me all of a sudden, and I can't easily find. Actually, I can easily find it. It's Bronwyn. You guys, a few of you then, well, Marcus, you went and talked to the guardsmen a little bit to give them a message to take to Mirabal when they sent the guy to go get the money. And you talked with the lieutenant for a bit. He seemed to not think that Tyrok's Landing was all that great, but you know, he was stuck there for screwing up with somebody, so he making what he can with it. Then you kind of moved on and walked past a few places, eventually ending up at the House of Cards, where you had your fortune told. When you asked about the island and whether you should go back there, that turned a little bit crazy, where the bones that she was trying to throw on the table turned into dust, and suddenly an image formed out of the dust that kind of was the tentacles with the eyes before it just blew away out the door. At about that same time, Praedyth also had a sort of, who'd been trying to meditate and speak with the Mistress of Fate all afternoon, finally had a vision of a flash of those same eyes, and noticed that the Raven was staring at him, actually staring at the spot where he had been touched in the dream that he had on the island. After about all of that stuff, a few of you went to various places to get bread and to look at buying some general supplies. Aaron went down to see if he could get some wood for repairs for the ship. Eventually heading back up to where the ship was and finding out that Zior certainly would sell them some stuff, sell you guys some stuff at the end. I believe he also bought several barrels of provisions, so you'd have that ready to go when you're ready to leave. Eventually you guys all ended up at Tyrok's brewery, where you spoke a little bit with Growthar, who is the brewer of it, and sort of broached a little bit of the subject of maybe taking some of his newer brews, buying some at more of a wholesale kind of, well, you didn't really talk numbers, but basically trying to take some of that and sell it around the Sea of Tears once your ship was finished. And eventually you finally talked to Cormac, the sheepherder that you had overheard some farmers talk about him stealing sheep, even though he claimed that something else was stealing the sheep. Talking with him, you learned that the last time was just last night, and that he had noticed some strange tracks of a three-toed creature that was the tracks themselves being pretty big, actually. He also learned that he's sort of sweet on a girl named Rona that he hasn't seen in a couple weeks, but just assumes that she went further south to live with live with some cousins that are in a hamlet further to the south. And that's kind of where we're at. You guys were still drinking at the time, trying to decide if you wanted to go with Cormac tonight or go tomorrow to look into potentially what's going on with the sheep. And that's where we'll start. What you guys up to?
Let's do it. Let's go tonight. All right, everybody, vote on that.
Lindy's like, I don't know what you want to do. You guys do it. I'm going to go back to the inn after that. But we can drink for, like, it's only about 6 or 7, so it's not super late yet. So I mean, she's going to drink some more and talk with a few people around here. Every now and then, somebody will go by the table and kind of nod at her and or look in surprise that she's here. You know, there's a mix between those two kind of things. None really that are kind of like, you're terrible, you shouldn't be here. More of like, oh, I'm shocked you're back, or oh, it's good to see you. It's been a while, kind of stuff, more than anything else.
That's good, I guess. Yeah, I think we were trying to figure out the monetary reward, weren't we? Wasn't that some?
Oh, you were discussing that amongst yourselves. None was ever offered.
That's what I was talking to Chad.
Yeah, none was ever offered.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I couldn't remember why I wanted to wait. I remember I wanted to wait, but I couldn't remember why. And we wanted to find the woman.
Well, Rona just hasn't. Remember, he said that Rona's grandfather lives here in the village, and based on what he talked about and sort of the way he got it, you think it might actually be Old Man Goiter, who he called him first.
Who we also need to talk about. Need to talk to.
Who is potentially a viewer of a ghost.
Yes.
And you'd also talked to someone you'd talked to the inn guy who had mentioned that if you wanted to go see, when you asked him about how do I get out to the lighthouse, he had mentioned that if you went down and see a guy named Cadvy after the early morning catches in, that particular fisherman might take you out to the thing for a few silver or something like that. But you'd need to negotiate that down at the docks. So that was for if you wanted to go out to the lighthouse.
Yes, in my notes.
Which probably you wouldn't do this evening. But.
And the Timo ghost in the lighthouse? Was Timo the guy's
Timo. Timo's the lighthouse operator. He lives out there.
It's always interesting how I spell things. I don't really know.
Timo.
That's Timo. Okay. That makes more sense than how I spelled it.
And, I would even forgive if you thought he was named Tino, which is also a possibility, but his name is Timo, as in Mo. Welcome to Mo's.
Hey, Mo.
Yeah.
Welcome to Mo's.
But I could see you thinking I said Tino. That one would also would fly. I get that.
It did have an N in it, but I just had a Y in there. I don't know why the Y was there. Anyway,
so that's kind of where you guys are at.
Oh, we can I was thinking about doing it, but we'd have to do it later tonight anyway. So, at the earliest.
Well, you could always go over to Cormac and say, "Hey, we want to help you out. You ready to go?" And then find out what he would say.
Oh, well, okay. We can decide. Do we think that if we finish it, then they could get some more people to give us money? That was my only thought on if it is a problem for a lot of people. But it sounded like they really didn't care, except for
no one seems to care except for Cormac, because the people who actually own the sheep are accusing him of stealing them.
Yes.
So
there may not be any money in there anyway. So I'm okay with going tonight if we wish.
And then you could get money from potentially the people who own the sheep. Who
it would be really interesting. Yeah. It would be interesting, though, how he got the three-toed footprint when that just happens to be what we just saw. So
I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Exactly.
And your alligator, too.
So I'm okay with whatever we want to do.
Okay.
That's my vote.
You have joined us in Sito in talking about what to do for the evening after drinking.
I see.
Hylough.
Well,
in media res, that was what I was thinking of. You have joined us in media res.
I'm sure we've already mentioned this, but I thought we were looking at some potentials for people that we could get goods from to sell.
So that was one thing that you came up last time. You had briefly talked with Gralthar, who is the brewer here at T-Rex Brewery, about some of his new. He has some new ale that he has made, which is sort of a rum cask finished, and actually a rum cask finished ale and a rum blended ale that he's been trying out that seemed decent. That you thought about once you have the ship, maybe trying to take some to either Mirabal or maybe somewhere else in the Sea of Tears and selling.
Yeah,
there's that particular possibility. But
I wonder if he has any distribution.
But that's not really an immediate thing for this evening. He said to talk to him the next day about that. To come back and talk to him when it was less busy, because it's pretty busy in here. Clearly, he does
just for the evening in the game. Got it.
Yeah. No. This is about tonight. We were still in the bar at the end of last time, trying to decide if you wanted to go with Cormac to find out what was taking the sheep, or just not do that and wait and go back, drink for a bit, and go back to your inn. And
I want to go monster hunting, so that's my vote.
That's one solid vote. One, I don't care.
Rhux thinks it might be the bird thing, and he wants to figure out what the bird thing is.
Yes, that is another thing you guys had. Like, remember, Hylough
Rhux
had
wants to go
mentioned-
see the sheep.
Hylough had mentioned that maybe it was related to the big creature that flew over the cove that one night.
Because I can put 2 and 2 together.
Well, you did come up with 6, but maybe that 6 is right.
Right.
Well, the
I'm
rest
not really
of us
sure.
can add, so it's his world, man.
I mean, at least you didn't
Man
roll
and
a 1 like a few people have. So
Yes. One-eyed man in the kingdom of the blind. He's still got the one eye. And I'm assuming Hylough is go for it since he brought it up. So
Yeah. What about Andrew and
well,
not Andrew, Rhux.
I mean, I'm down.
And
Rhux voted.
Rhux did
let me
in
take
fact
us
vote.
back
Down
to
for going
the
to monster hunting.
Let me go back to T-Rex because I think a couple of guys stayed back at the inn, so you're not all together. I should have brought this up right away. Yes, in
yeah,
fact,
that's fair.
Rex,
so it's
you weren't technically here, so I will say that you are with them because you probably would have went.
I'm fairly certain I'm at the end, though.
Yeah, Praedyth is at the inn. Dresd'a, no idea where you were at. I believe you stayed at the inn.
Dresd'a wasn't here last time, was she?
Yeah, she had left at that point.
Yeah.
Aaron was also at the inn last time, so you would have to potentially go talk with them to get their votes. Like they're not at.
Oh, okay.
They're not at the bar, the tavern.
Is the guy still here? Like, are we talking to him?
No, he went back to. It looks like he's drinking with a couple other. Maybe they're shepherds. Maybe they're somebody else. It's hard to say.
Okay.
Like one of them, the bar, the table he went back and sat down next to. One of them definitely looks a little more merchant-like is the wrong thing. Maybe a craftsman, a tradesman of some sort. So a little more well-to-do. Maybe he's here with that guy.
Okay.
And then the other one at the table looks like potentially another like shepherd or something like that. You know, more rough and tumbled looking kind of guy.
And he was offering to pay us too, right?
He was not offering anything.
Yeah, we were trying to get that, but
Okay, well,
He's got no money.
least, at the very least, we could go check it out, and maybe we can get like some sheep to trade or put on the ship for fresh meat as a.
Remember, he doesn't own the sheep, but it's still a possibility. You're correct.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You did.
if that's
This is kind of a speculation deal. I mean, we're kind of going over there to see. We might come out positive, but we're also kind of doing a good Samaritan thing too. I kind of see it as that. So
yeah, I hate the good Samaritan part, but other than that, I'm okay with it. John is not playing lawful good. Not that I ever play lawful, but
I am not playing lawful good either, but I see it as a potential to get more food on the ship.
yeah.
Well, you do
And
know
there
that
are no alignments
Aaron
here, so it
did
doesn't
buy
matter.
some barrels of food to go on the ship. So
Yeah, but like fresh
No,
meat.
sure.
You know, I mean,
it's
meat.
not probably not going to be poultry. But well, okay, that's you were talking about getting the sheep. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it's all fine. It's legit. I'm not. Yeah.
Tracks.
All
All right. Well, so I
Guys,
might like
drink for a bit.
yeah, and then go over to him and say, "Yo, we're gonna run this past some of our companions and see what they think." But we're probably gonna be coming by. When would be a good time?
And Cormac's like, "Oh, you're gonna help tonight? Well, I mean, sure, I can go now if you want." He looks at the two guys. They're the one guy that was like a tradesman kind of looks. You can see his hands are a little bit singed, like hardened, and you can see some soot on them. He's also sort of a dark hair and definitely a bit. You would say sunburned, but it doesn't look quite right. It looks like it's mostly he's red in the front.
He's just
not so
sun
much on the
dried.
back. Yeah. And then the other guy that's sitting over there is maybe a 16-year-old, maybe no older than that. Cormac doesn't look like he's more than 18 anyway. Blonde with some blue eyes, and he actually looks vaguely Searly like, which is odd for a diary place like this, but it could just be that he's it's a throwback to something, some ancestor or something like that, maybe. Or maybe he really is Searly, but the two of them are just like, yeah, go. We don't want those guys to put you into serfdom. That would never be good. You would be much worse off. And he says, okay, Fergus, I'm okay. Yeah, I can go right now. We can go right now if you want.
All right, well, let's just head over to the inn and gather everybody else up.
Gather our compatriots.
Okay.
And we probably should let all of our other people who probably don't want to go with us. Like, is Blue here? I think Blue's here, or True.
Or Blinby is staying here. True. When you came to the brewery, she was actually not there. She had went down to the docks to walk around for a bit. Okay. But when you get back to the inn, she's there.
Oh, good. So
Blinby's going to stay at drinking at the brewery. And when True finds out that Blinby's going to stay there, that you guys were at the brewery, she's like, "Oh, I think I'll go join her there and have a drink myself. I don't want to go traipsing about in the dark, but you guys have fun."
Yeah.
Well,
I sure am.
And she heads off to the
good deeds for the day.
Before you guys get back there, though, because it has been about an hour, Praedyth, did you want to do anything? And I will ask the same thing of Dresd'a and Aaron, but let's start with Praedyth.
I don't think he's going to do anything. He's just probably going to chill and continue what he was doing anyway.
Okay, so
just try and decipher the vision.
Yeah, I mean, give me an insight check. I mean, you did it to figure out where the Raven was looking at, but give me an insight check for maybe interpretation or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's totally a cocked eye on my screen, but okay. 17. You're not 100% sure. It was just a flash of the creature. And you're not like, I don't remember if, I don't believe that Marcus had mentioned to you that that's what happened at the House of Cards. He just said he got a bad
and I told him that they ought to go see it, but it was very, very bad reading, and that we're cursed. I think I said we're cursed. It was my exact quote.
Yeah, you said something to that effect. Yeah, so you're kind of but you didn't tell him that you saw that particular kind of symbol. So there's
no, I did not.
Yeah, so at this point in time, you're pretty sure it does mean something about what happened on the island, but you're not sure 100% exactly what that means. Sorry, I'm trying to fix broken on the video. But keep going. So you're not 100% sure about that. And so mostly at this point, you're just trying to piece together if there's anything that the Mistress of Fate might be telling you. And so far, she's been silent about this.
All right.
I think wait just a second. I'll be back with you.
But you can give me a religion check though.
All right.
Give you that.
Nope. You're losing your religion.
Yeah, you're just not sure. I mean, Nothing like this has ever come up in any of the texts or any of the places you've been related to the Mistress of Fate. So, so whatever this is, either it's your own subconscious kind of reliving that event while you were trying to meditate, or maybe there's something else going on, otherworldly. Aaron, are you doing anything while they were gone drinking?
No, I wasn't buying anything now.
Okay. And Dresd'a, what about you? Cat.
I'll go hang out with them. I won't like drink drink, but I'll have something non-alcoholic with them.
Well, they already went. They're coming back now. So it was just an hour. Since you weren't here, we just didn't have you go. So.
Okay. I'll just hang out and wait for them to come back if they're on their way back.
Well, it's been about an hour, and I was just trying to figure out what you were doing for that hour. If you're just sitting there waiting, then that's all you're doing. And
just chilling, hanging out, relaxing.
So they all get back to the inn, and they come in with a kind of a rough and tumble looking, maybe 18-year-old. You know, he's got his pants have like some small holes in the knees. His shirt is a little stained, but it looks like it's been somewhat cleaned, but it's still looking a little stained. And as he's coming in, he's like chattering away with these guys, like saying, "Oh, it's really nice of you to help me find this thing. I mean, that creature is as big as you think it is. I could seriously get hurt. I wonder if it's been going after people on the road." As he kind of comes in, what are you guys doing?
Have you heard of people getting lost on the road, so to speak?
No.
Good question.
Not that I know of. But I mean, I'm not always in town. Like, I tend to sleep out at the barn, and this is like the first time I've been in town for like about 3-4 days.
Okay.
I needed some food and stuff, some supplies. Tend to be out there a lot by myself. Although occasionally, like I said, I see Rona, but that hasn't happened for a couple weeks. So I don't know. Well, maybe like I said, I think she's just visiting her cousins down in south. But yeah, if we're ready to go. Are these your friends? I'm assuming
Here they are.
Praedyth is upstairs, but Dresd'a and Aaron, you might be down, just kind of sitting in the common room downstairs.
Introduce him.
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Cormac.
The barbarian.
Aaron, nice to meet you.
These guys said you guys would be willing to help me figure out what's taking my sheep, or at least my employer's sheep. They keep on saying I'm the one that's taking the sheep, and well, I'm not taking the sheep. Some creature with 3 toes that's got a foot that's about this long is taking it.
Well, okay, yeah.
Wait, it's got 1 foot and 3 toes?
Well, it's got a 3 toe on 1 foot, and the foot was this. It was 1 track. All you saw was 1 track.
Okay. Well, so as far as you know, it could only have 1 foot.
It's very possible, but yeah, it's possible. He's like, yeah, that'd be really weird if it only had 1 foot. Now he kind of chuckles a little bit. It's like, wow, a big, huge bird with just 1 foot hopping around. That's kind of funny. Now it's not quite so scary as it was a little bit ago.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Gonna call him Pogo.
Well, then maybe really it hasn't been attacking other creatures. I mean, let's be honest. The sheep are a lot easier to catch than a person would be.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But who knows? Who knows? Are we ready to go? It's going to take us about an hour to get out to the.
Yeah, let's get out there
to the barn where the sheep are held at this point in time.
Sure.
Is everybody going?
I'm going. I'm going.
All right. So you guys, y'all get together. And you guys head out into the countryside. So you may take about and you head south along the road here in the dark. So it's pretty dark right now. There's literally none of the moons are up currently. So it's pretty dark, but it only takes we lose. Sean. But you're walking around the road, so it's not too terrible. He also pulls up a very small, like, bowl kind of thing with a wick on it that he lights up. So it's a rudimentary, like, oil lamp kind of thing that he kind of lights up. I mean, if you guys want to light up an actual lamp or an oil lamp, if you have one, that's perfectly legit too.
I have torches. That's about it. Yeah. I haven't bought any lamps. I'm not that cool.
All right. So you guys, let's see here. One of these is, I forgot. So you head from here. 2, 3. So it actually, he says it takes about an hour, and he gets you, and it does take about an hour to an hour and a half. He takes you to right around in here. And so,
why did it take us that long to go 3 miles?
Because it's dark.
Oh, fair enough.
And you guys get to here, and you're approaching. He's kind of like takes you off on sort of it's a path more than anything. He's like, yeah, this is like the pasture I do with the Skurloks. They actually live further south. They have a manor house some further south down the forest, and he's sort of in place. It's like about an hour and a half further south, and he's like right in here somewhere. It's kind of where he was applying. And as he's doing that, he's like, wait, did you hear that? Give me a perception check, everybody.
Hey, can you prompt us for that?
I want everybody to do it, so just go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Hold on. You guys don't have you don't actually have... Hold on. Your character isn't on here. That's why I was going to... And your
I only have the sea spray.
Yeah. Also, assign characters. Oh, there we go. Wow, that's cool. Select all, except for that one. And I want a perception check. Perception... I'm here somewhere. Request rolls. So all of you should have just gotten a request.
Well, I just did it already.
That's it. All right. So
do it again.
Can't hear anything.
Take whichever one you like. I got a 12 and a 7.
Did everybody see the thing come up?
Yeah.
Okay. So
yes.
Iylis, Aaron, and Marcus, you guys all three hear the bleating of sheep, like ahead of you, and you're not that close. It sounds kind of far off, but Cormac says, I wonder if some of them got out again, and he starts actually jogging down this path. Do you guys try to keep up with him, or do you let him go off on his own?
Yeah, well,
I'll keep up.
I'll try to keep up.
Right, so you guys kind of he's not running super fast, but it's sort of a light jog, and after about maybe 200 yards, you can see in the dark, even though it's dark out and things like that, you can still sort of see Rhux, you would have heard it too then. You can sort of see the shadow of a building. You can sort of see a shadow of a building there. And sort of the bleating of the sheep is getting louder. And as you come running up into there, you hear what sounds like a sheep scream, and you also hear which my voice is shot for that. And you hear
it sounds like a really big bird.
And you see this dark shape rise up out of the pen as you're getting close enough. Holding on to a sheep and a foot that's bleeding like crazy. It's like blah blah blah. And then you hear it, and it stops bleeding as this thing takes off and starts flying south. And this thing is huge. Like, again, it's approximately, the wingspan that you see is easily almost as wide as the pen was. So maybe 12, 15 feet, maybe more, maybe even closer to 20 feet. And it's really dark against the night, so you can really not make out a lot of details from it, other than you can see that it's carrying a sheep, and it's got a long tail that you think it's just a single tail, but as it kind of flows away, you can see two ends of it kind of wrap up, and like almost like it's forked or something like that. And then it starts flying south. What are you guys doing as it starts to fly?
We shoot it?
Yeah, you guys can make an action. You can take an action.
Cool.
Let's see here. You might have to bring up yourself this time, but let just one of you go first. Let's say Iylis, you go first.
Let's see here.
Because all those guys can have good action.
Can my magic missile hit it?
You're like you're about maybe 50 yards from it, so what's about 250 feet? What's the magic missile?
Yeah, it's 120.
Yeah, so you're a little too far away from that.
Okay. Let me see. What other things I got?
No, hold on.
Everything else is
50
shorter.
yards is 150 feet. I was multiplying by 5. I meant to multiply by 3.
Yes.
So that's still slightly out of range.
Okay. Man, well, can I get a few yards closer?
All you can do is get an action.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think I can.
Depending on your action, we might drop into a combat, but depending on what you guys, what all.
Yeah, all my stuff is max range 120, I believe.
Okay, so yeah, it just seems like, in your estimation, it's probably just a little too far out of range as it's picking up speed. As it's leaping off. Anybody else want to try to do something?
I'll try to shoot it.
Okay.
Can anybody shoot further than me?
Well, I mean,
it's crossbow out.
It's about 150 feet, so it's probably a disadvantage.
Right. Well, but I've got sharpshooter, so I'm good. So I'll just take a shot at it. And I'm going to use precision attack added onto that.
Let me check the.
What's the range on a longbow?
More than 150
feet.
You
got it, yeah.
Okay, because
it's like 300 feet long range.
Part of my binder thing is I pull a magic longbow. I could take a shot at it with the fire arrow.
So I've got a net of a 16.
That does hit.
11 points of damage.
Okay. All right, so you definitely see it kind of jerk a little bit as it clearly seems like you hit it. Anybody else going to try to do anything?
Yeah, I want to pull my magical longbow and try hitting it with one of those fire arrows.
Okay.
Excuse me. Is a light crossbow the same type as the longbow?
No.
There's a longbow.
Longbow takes a lot more range. There's a lot better range.
Is the damage the same?
No.
Okay.
I'm not sure we want to bring it down. I just wanted to shoot it just to prove I could.
Hold on. Actually, you do have disadvantage. Roll another attack roll, John.
Okay.
Not because of something it
But
has.
it's dark. Okay.
Because of something it has, not because of your thing. All right, you still hit it though.
Okay.
That's still going to be enough.
I guess I'll just do a straight D. Well, I'll roll with my longbow.
Because that's actually even more than you had before.
Yeah.
I'll do the roll with my crossbow, but what's the damage with a longbow?
Just go to a compendium and put a longbow on your character.
I tried that. It wouldn't let me do anything. It was like it was locked. Well, that's going to miss anyway, right?
Well,
12?
12 actually does miss.
Yeah. That doesn't matter. Let me see if I can...
I'm going to try to attack with my light crossbow when ready. Is it also at disadvantage? Everybody's at disadvantage?
Roll your deck. Roll your attack. Well, doesn't matter. You clearly miss.
Yeah, I was fumbling.
Whiffed it hard.
Yeah. What I will say though is, John, when your thing hits it, you hit it.
Yes.
It's almost as if it shifted location after you hit it. Like you shot at it, and you're like, oh, that's totally gonna miss, and then it hits it, and then suddenly it's like that's where it actually is.
Huh.
Okay,
That's weird.
John
It's called
wonders what.
auto aim.
No,
No.
I think I know. I don't know what it is, but I know what family it's probably in.
It continues
So I'm rolling this crossbow bolt
to fly south, and it flies pretty fast. It actually flies at 80 feet, so within a full round action, it can get another 160 feet away. So it's now at over 300 feet away.
Okay, so I rolled the crossbow bolt to try to get rid of an ammo, but it didn't work. So that was not my setup right.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, the ammo is still in there, so you've lost one bolt. It is flying. It seems to be flying from here in this direction, which is roughly the direction of where you guys, Marcus, where you kind of
Had the ship
came from during the ship. It's roughly started in that direction, and after about 10 seconds, you lose it to the night. Like it's that dark, so you kind of lose it to the night. Cormac continues running. Cormac continues running up to the thing, and he can see part of the fence has been broken, where clearly this thing probably just kind of slammed into it and broke some of the fence. The sheep are starting to scatter out of the pen, and Cormac's like, and he's trying to like get him to come back in. He's like, Massey, get over here, and he's running around trying to shoo them back towards the pen. What are you guys doing?
Keep an eye on the sky.
Yeah.
All right,
And,
no, that's fine. I'm just asking.
But that's
So
about
is that
it.
what
Like,
you
yeah,
saw
just
the
kind of
other
help
day?
him.
All right. Well, some of you try to help him get his stuff back, and some of you watch the sky. And after about maybe 30 minutes or so, all the sheep are sort of back in the pen. Maybe one of you's sort of put the pen back together while they're doing stuff, or at least tacked it up a little bit with his help. And it does take maybe about 10, 15, 20 minutes to get all that set up. And he's like huffing and puffing. He's like, so see, really, that's a big creature. That was a big creature.
That was huge.
But
Nothing
I would hate to
short of
think
huge.
if I had been here when that thing came by.
You hopefully wouldn't have drawn his attention because it would have had you instead of the sheep.
Yeah, maybe. Now I'm kind of worried about Rona.
No?
Who's Rona?
Rona's a girl I know.
It's his Sharona.
Well, I mean, we could check
She
on
also
her.
does some stuff too, but I think she's south in the hamlet. It's fine. It's all good. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, it's flying to the south, right?
Southwest. Well, no, the hamlet's way south. Like, it's a good. I don't know. I can't remember exactly how far it is. A good.
Well, I mean, if it's like other creatures, they tend to have a hunting area, but it's pretty wide.
Yeah, it's
Flying
about
beasts
10. It's about
especially.
10 miles from here. Is what he says.
Approximately how far are we from the
You're about
where we
5 miles from the cove, the
The
Smuggler's
ship?
Cove. Yep. Like it would probably take you an hour and a half, 2 hours to get there because it is dark. Although, at some point, one of the moons, the Lunari should be coming up. Like it's almost midnight. You're getting close to midnight, and the Lunari is in last quarter, so it should be coming up around midnight. Which, well, it won't be a lot of light, but it'll be something.
Yeah, I think if we're gonna chase this thing, we ought to do it in the daytime because not many of us can see at night.
Cormac's like, no, I understand. I completely agree. I'm gonna try to pull all the sheep into the barn tonight and close it up, and then maybe that'll at least prevent it if it comes back. And so he starts pushing the sheep. Like the barn is not very big. Like there's the pen. There's like a good 30 or 40 sheep in here. Getting them all into the barn, it's going to be super, super tight in there. But he seems to be intent on doing it.
So, well, I'm talking to them while he's doing that. So that's what you saw the other day over the ship?
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys, not me.
Yeah, that's what we saw. Whoever saw it. Who actually saw it? Was it
Yeah,
me?
that was what it was.
A few of you saw it. Like somebody saw,
It was a
heard it.
big ass bird.
Marcus didn't. That's why he saw.
Yeah, Marcus wasn't even on the ship at the time.
It's pretty big.
Well, it looks like it was flying. What I remember from where I came from for the cove, so it may have a nest or a,
Yeah, we may be able to find it.
Assuming we do want to find it. I mean, that is a big bird that was really big in the sky, and it's only going to get larger as it gets closer.
It's just perspective,
Yeah, the perspective
Yeah,
is I don't want to get eaten by a giant
it's definitely
bird.
not that big.
Cormac gets one last one and he kind of pulls it up and you can hear the sheep inside go bah, 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 all inside there. And he's like, well, thank you guys. Are you gonna try to go kill it? Because it's gonna keep coming back after these sheep and I'm gonna get in trouble. Like that's another one gone that I have to explain. At least I have you guys though. You guys can come with me to the Skurlox and talk to him, right? And tell them that you saw this creature take the thing.
Yeah, sure, we'll do that.
We'll be your witness to the crime.
We could do that tomorrow.
I would think it's actually killing other things other than sheep. So maybe if people realize that, they're willing to hunt it down.
Did
Or
you
pay to
say
have it hunt down?
Did you say that Rona was also having sheep missing or not?
Pete doesn't remember what he told you last time for that. I think I said Rona. Yeah, the last time I saw her, she said she was missing one or two, but I don't. It didn't seem to bother her too much. Probably because she's just not getting dinged for him like I am. He seems a little upset.
Yeah, well, you're probably not as cute as she is. That's the reason why, right?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm gonna get some sleep now he goes, but if you guys show up here tomorrow, I'll be probably here, or at least I'll have the sheep out there grazing, so and I can at least give you directions to the Skurlox, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know that they would pay for any creature or anything to be killed.
You probably should be there too, to the Skurlox.
Well, I can't leave the flock by itself. I have to stay here all day. Like I could do it tomorrow night after I put the flock back. But that's the best I can do.
Okay. Well,
he says, see you tomorrow.
See you around.
And you guys head back up towards Tirax, or what do you want to do now?
Yeah, I guess we'll head back. I mean, the creature has gone past where we can see right now.
Yeah,
right?
You just know it went south.
We can't really
southwest
follow it. It's not really viable.
It's up to you. Like, if you think it is actually in that smuggler's spot, then you could just go to there. I mean, you do know where that is. You literally were there for 2 days, 2 or 3 days while you were waiting out the storm. But it's up to you guys. It is it is
not
9
really
o'clock.
Going at night.
9 o'clock at night. So
maybe tomorrow, but yeah.
Or we could maybe lure it into a trap potentially, but then it could always fly away. But I mean, this is the second night.
Ideally we would trap it and then do our best to contain it.
Oh no, I want it dead. I'm just saying maybe we can bring it here and kill it when it flies down rather than.
Yeah.
I wonder what the skin would be worth.
At least 3 munner.
Has anyone ever heard of anything like this?
If somebody wants to say whether or not they have, they should give me a nature check.
And
I don't think I would have come across anything like this.
Rhux has been a lot of places.
Praedyth
Let's see if he knows what birds are.
What check did you say? I'm sorry.
Bird.
Bird.
Rhux, you don't think this is a bird? It didn't look like a bird. It didn't seem like there were any. I mean, the smell you got from, because I mean, your senses are a little heightened. You got from that creature was more reptilian than it was bird.
Oh, is it my cousin?
Probably not, but
I don't know nothing.
yeah, Praedyth, you're not sure. Like it was really, really dark, so it's hard to say whether or not it was anything.
A Night Stalker.
Yeah. Same thing for you, Marcus.
It seems like
Super
the
dark.
name for such a thing like that is Night Stalker.
And Hylough,
Like
you're
that name.
like, that is a really big bird.
Yeah. Was it a bird? I wasn't.
I kind of missed it when
It was a pretty
tried
big
to-
bird.
Flying dog, maybe.
It was a pretty big bird.
Yeah, just a big bird. I mean, Dresd'a was hard to see, so it was big and clearly flies, and it was dark skinned. And from what you guys saw, it definitely looked like there was something odd about it when Marcus's bolt hit it. Something strange. Like it was hard to see exactly where it was until that bolt hit it, and then suddenly it became more obvious exactly where it was. And that's something you guys all saw. So there's something definitely odd about that. And I would allow an Arcana check for that for people who actually have points in Arcana.
I do have points
This one
in
you
Arcana.
can't actually just do.
I have points in Arcana.
Yeah.
I do not. Peter, just to let you know, the sea spray,
got that.
I can roll for that. I think Kat actually did roll. That display is in the screen. Like I can roll a save. Okay, you know that?
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's a
Okay.
ship. It's actually a thing. Like at
No,
some
I'm
point
just
we'll have
saying-
combat, and you will have to make saves for the ship.
But we should, okay. So that's always going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm
Because I
so
think Kat
smart.
rolled her one of her arrows was from that.
No,
I was just
she didn't roll
putting
from
it
that.
in it.
Yeah, she
Yeah, that was
talked at
just
it.
Yeah, I was just keeping track of my arrows in the chat because I've
Yeah.
only got 9 of the sun killers
Yeah,
per day. Per day.
per day. So yeah, she was just alerting to that. That's all.
That's fine.
So
It
it was
just
just a
showed the
talk.
sun killer sea spray.
Yeah, because it was
loading
just a
stuff.
chat thing.
Okay.
If you happen to have it selected and you chat, then it writes under that. All right. So Arcana checks. If you actually have Arcana skill, well, Dresd'a, Praedyth, and all three of you at about the same time. Iylis, I'm going to say, yeah, this doesn't make anything to you because your skill is all, well, from some of your, Iylis, from some of your schooling growing up, you've heard of a cat that doesn't seem to always be exactly where it looks like it is.
A cat?
It tends to throw sort of like an illusionary illusionary form of itself to throw off would-be attackers and throw off would-be prey because the prey thinks it's in one spot when it's actually in another spot.
Interesting.
Praedyth, same thing. You have heard tales of a panther, the size of a small pony, that when it hunts its prey, it has an illusionary kind of facsimile of itself that it uses to kind of make the prey confuse the prey, so it's easier for it to catch. And Dresd'a, similarly, you've heard of a thing called a displacer beast that is known to roam in the Sifnos Rift near where you grew up. It's thought to be the what's the word I'm looking for? Thought to be the corruption of the various demons that live there have corrupted pumas and have created this sort of beast. You also know that it tends to have 2 tentacles that can wrap out and attack from a distance. That's what you guys know, and that the way that thing kind of snapped into one focusable spot is what sort of reminded you of that particular creature in all 3 of your cases.
Those don't fly.
And clearly, this wasn't a puma. This thing was flying.
All right.
What do you guys want to do?
Back to the hotel.
You guys have been talking about this on the way back, I would assume.
Yeah, that'd be. I mean,
Yeah.
All right. So you guys get back about an hour, about an hour later. It doesn't take you quite as long to get back because you have your own sort of stuff, and get back to the inn. When you get there, what's her name? Blinby and True are kind of downstairs sitting. They seem to have brought back a drink with them, and they're just seem to be talking. And they look up when you come in. It's like, oh, did you find your creature and kill it already? That seems to be pretty quick, even for you guys.
Found the creature, didn't kill it.
Yeah, it was already there and ran away.
Not killing us is big.
Yes, certainly is always helpful. Yes. So what was it?
Creature, some type of flying beast that. I mean, they were saying displacer monster. Was that what you guys said? Displacer monster.
That's what Dresd'a said.
Well, she said displacer beast, but
I know that's why I specifically said I wanted them to correct me.
Displacer cat is probably what she would have called it, but oh, that's weird.
You ever heard of such a thing?
Is it just taking sheep? That's what True says. Blimby's like, yeah, there was. Is it just taking sheep? Because I did hear somebody in there overheard somebody in the tavern say something about one of their horses was missing about a week or two back. They haven't been able to find it. Like it had been like tied up outside of their to one of their hitching posts and just taken.
Well, it's definitely big enough to.
They just assumed that it was a horse thief or something like that, but it had stuff on it that they kind of wanted back, a bracelet or something like that, a gold bracelet.
A gold bracelet, you said.
Maybe we have some treasure to get.
Yeah, it definitely is big enough not only for that, or it may eventually start taking people. The shepherd said one of his friends hadn't been heard from in a bit, and she also was a shepherdess, so maybe she should be checked on.
Well, what's her name?
Shepherdess guy's name. I didn't write it down. What Mona? That's right. What was her name? Mona.
Rona.
Oh.
Or
Blimby seems to think and frowns for a moment. It's like Rona. That name is familiar. Is that
something like old
Gadner's granddaughter?
Yeah, they said that
she's a shepherdess now. My God, she was like only about this tall when I last was here. Oh man, this village has definitely moved forward. All right. She has some family down in I'm gonna call it Emmett's Field, but that's not the name of it. Emmett's Field is from a freaking book. From a hamlet down south. True and I can probably go there tomorrow and check in on her if you want. It'll be a long day. We get there around noon and then can get back by the evening. You guys are going to do something else.
I mean, it wouldn't.
What else do we have to do? You want to go to the lighthouse? So.
I actually was interested in talking to her grandfather. Sounds like he might know a few tales. And someone mentioned he knew ghosts, so he might be someone who'd be a good person to talk to about, just the different lore and things. And he's probably crazy as a bat, but those are the best stories. If you want company.
No, her grandfather lives here.
Oh, okay. I thought that was where he was going.
No,
okay.
No. She has family down south, but her grandfather lives in Tyrok's Landing.
So where does she live?
She's a shepherd. She tends to live in the pens.
In the field. Okay.
Yep.
So I didn't say that. Never mind.
Yeah, no, that's fine. All right. Well, it sounds like at least we have what we're going to do tomorrow.
We were talking. We were talking like maybe do the people around here, is that something that do they put bounties on creatures that are killing livestock?
Oh, probably. I mean, but you're gonna have to find the right people. Like it sounds like it's only affecting this guy's stuff? The Skurlox, I think, is who he works for.
Yes.
So you probably have to talk with them, but knowing what I know about them, they're probably just blaming him for it. So
I think you're right. That's actually what he said.
they're not exactly known to be, well, unless you have money, they don't really think much of you at all. So, and that was 5 years ago. I would hate to think of what 5 years of continued lording over everyone has done.
So
But you can always try.
We don't want to help him out.
Well, you can always try.
All right. Well, it's been an exciting evening. I'm gonna head to bed.
Sounds
Pleasure
good.
all.
We will see you in the morning.
You haven't had, well,
Go ahead.
look at Blimby. Everything's good. Raising an eyebrow.
Yeah.
No
As far as I know.
old people interested in you or anything.
Nah, well, not in Tyrox. Tyrox is far too close to the guardsmen for them to be worried about here. Lebevic would never allow any kind of shakedown this close to our place. Although I sometimes wonder about some of her men, but yeah.
I did talk to I've got his name written down. I should have said that before I start the conversation. The second in command, Liam Kyle.
Yeah. Oh, Liam.
Seemed like a decent guy, although he didn't seem real happy to be here. Kind of
Well, from what I
accepting of it.
Yeah, what I understand is most people who get posted here have done something somewhere else that has gotten them in trouble, or they have an attitude problem or something like that. At least when I was here. Maybe that's changed in the last 5 years, but I mean, Liam was here 5 years ago when I was here, so seems unlikely.
He did. I went down and talked to him. We had to ask him to mail a package for me to town, but seemed nice enough.
He's okay.
But he didn't seem to be. I didn't get the feeling that he was necessarily looking to get himself promoted or take over someone's position. So
probably not. He didn't seem very. He doesn't seem very ambitious to me.
Yeah, that was kind of my impression. Although maybe he's just playing really well and he's got a really good thing going on behind the scenes.
Maybe. No, she actually looks a little. She's sort of pondered and thought for a moment. Like maybe.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
Pleasant evening.
Yeah. Catch you guys on the morrow. And everybody heads to their bunks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do.
And
Yeah, I guess so.
we head to the next day.
Long rest?
Morning comes. You can have your long rest if you so desire.
I do.
My arrow reappears.
That's a cool power.
That sucks. I can't request that you take a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
I was just hoping I could, but I cannot. It is morning. You still have, as you kind of wake up and come downstairs, True and Blimby are not down there. What are you guys doing? I mean, who's coming down first? That sort of stuff. What are you guys doing?
I'll come down because it's breakfast. Isn't that one of the meals we get for free?
You don't get it for free, but this is the only meal they serve.
Okay, well.
It's not a bed and breakfast, it's an inn, but they do serve breakfast.
I will go down and partake.
All right. So
Yeah, me too.
See what everyone's up to today.
You guys get down there, and Blimby and True are well, Dresd'a, you see Blimby and True because they're in the same room as you before you come down, but they seem to be sitting up and talking about they're getting ready to head to down to the hamlet to the south, and they kind of nod as you head out. And she's like, Blimby's like, we're just going to get some cheese or something and head on out so we can get going. It's going to take long enough as it is. I mean, it's a good 10-mile hike to get there and then 10 miles back. It's not going to be not going to be a quick one. Hopefully we can find some farmer that's kind of heading that way with a cart or something. And before you head out, that's what they kind of say to you. You guys head downstairs and find out that there is a small breakfast. It is some bread and cheeses, and that's about it. And it only costs a couple copper, so it's not expensive.
So
That'll get me started.
So, not to be a little paranoid here, but it's kind of my thing. You guys should be, if we don't hear from you in the next couple of days, do we need to be worried? Asking Blimby and True.
They're not downstairs yet.
I thought you said they were.
No, I said that Dresd'a was talking to them in the room.
Apologies.
And Dresd'a came downstairs, but they have not come downstairs yet.
Okay. Then I will wait.
As you guys are having breakfast, is there anything you guys are doing in particular, or are you just doing that and then going to do something?
Yeah. What do we want to do? I'm either, if we're gonna, it sounds like it might be somewhat profitable if the horse had some type of belongings that are no longer needed by that person.
And no telling what else we could find. I mean, right. Well, I mean, so should we try to hunt this during the day, or should we go at night?
Yes. No, we should do this during the day.
Okay. All right.
I mean, hopefully it's sleeping. If we want to find it in its nest, now if we want to do it at night, we may have trouble finding it, but it might be away, so we could raid its nest and then not have to fight it.
Well, it's vermin. We want to get rid of it for these people. That would just be greedy if we just went and got the stuff and didn't kill the thing that's taking the stuff,
Well, I mean, you're not killing the golden goose in that case. It's still laying the eggs,
all right? Get some morals here, okay?
I have some.
Well, not many. We're trying to help
mine
you.
just happened to line with yours.
I'm trying to help add to that a little bit here. Maybe we can build on some sort of foundation and get you a little. We go ahead and take care of it. I mean,
although if we are worried about morals, maybe you want to go talk and try to save the shepherd from being fired, because losing another sheep, I think you will probably.
The implication you heard last night is that he wouldn't be fired; he'd become a serf.
Yeah, which is even worse.
Yes.
So what we want to do, but if we have the creature in our hands and evidence like that, then when we go, talk to the overlords,
Skurlots.
Yes.
Overlord.
That might help his case more than just some guy that they don't know who we are. They don't trust us. We go up, we say, well, yeah, we saw this thing. And he's like, they wouldn't believe us, more than likely.
That's probably valid. But we catch it.
About this time is when Blimby and True come down, and they kind of they go over to the older guy, the older inn owner whose name escapes me, and to Bello, and ask, and you can hear them say, "Hey, can we get some cheese and bread to go? We're taking off." And then they kind of turn and look at you guys like, we're gonna head as soon as we get the stuff here. We should be back by nightfall, I would expect. I don't think it'll take that long. In fact, I think maybe not even that long. I think I'm gonna go over and see if Lebevic has a horse or two that we can borrow or rent or something. So we'll see.
I'll ask them, if you're not back in, say, 2 days, is there a place we should come looking for you?
Probably a ditch. If we're not back by tonight.
So you're okay.
True kind of looks at Blimby as like, they're not going to come out. We got the two of us. We'll be fine.
Right.
I've gotten away from it. Blimby's like, I've gotten away from Elazar before. This is not my first rodeo. We'll be fine. Elazar operates around here in town, not so much outside of it.
That's also good to know. All right, well, pleasant journey.
We'll be back. We'll see if Verona's down there, or if there's something else, something more nefarious afoot.
I mean, we could accompany him, couldn't we? I mean,
you could up all the way to the point
up to where we would branch off.
Could if you wanted to.
You want to do that? Just go together to that.
True. Blimby's like, Sure. And True's like, oh, I wouldn't mind the company. I mean, certainly it would pass the time a little bit more. No offense to you, Blindy. He's like, I've already given you my life story. It's not like we haven't talked before.
Yes, why don't we do that?
Okay.
All right.
That's my idea.
You guys kind of pack up the stuff of the rest of your food, and at about the same time that comes out, and you guys head back out of the village or out of the town, headed south. As we bring ourselves back to this one.
Do we actually have anyone who's a nature person in this party? Who's our ranger wannabe?
Aaron should be kind of that. The warden is sort of rangerish.
Nature, but not really. It's not like my main focus.
Well, at this point, a role is more so than a lot of us have. Well, I mean, I'm plus 0, so.
I think we need a city elf that doesn't have nature or something like that.
What about the bird? Do we still have the other? Did Brian's bird ever come back?
Yeah, Brian's raven's around.
Oh, that's a
The
good
raven
scout
doesn't know
too,
nature,
so.
though. It's not a nature.
No, I know,
thing.
but that gives us eyes in the sky, which.
Yeah, yes, you can certainly do that.
But yeah, we definitely need someone. Nature would be good.
All right. So you guys start heading south along the road. Now
I'll just roll
light
20s
out,
on all my nature checks. It's fine.
now that it's light out, it's a lot easier to get through the road. So I mean, you figure it'll take you only a couple hours to get to the turnoff point to where you want to go. They, because you're going with them, now decide not to try to go get a horse from Lebevik. They, worst case scenario, they'll just stay overnight in the hamlet, and then come back on the morrow. I mean, that's fine. They at this point in time, she's like, well, since we're not going to take a horse, you guys walk the road. Like, there's no farmers or anything on the road at this point. We're past sowing tide for the most part. They're either in the fields kind of weeding and tilling and that sort of stuff, or during the day they're mostly doing things with their animals and things like that. So not too much, hardly any traffic on the road. The only thing you guys actually see as you're kind of going is that a couple of people are headed towards Tyrok's Landing, probably to buy some things, some supplies and stuff from there, because of the better general store. You know, the port brings in a higher quality set of stuff from the outside world. And you know, to get all the way down to Mirabal is a day by horse, right? By horse going at a pretty good clip, let alone by, you know, foot or wagon, and take several days to get down there. So you guys get down to approximately here, which is about the time you guys want to turn off, by about 10 o'clock. So mid-morning. Linby and True are like, we'll catch you later. Have fun monster hunting. And then you guys continue
Better than being shanghaied on a boat, so
this way.
there's that.
Towards where you thought where the smugglers' cove is. It doesn't take you more than another 20 minutes to get there. And so now here in the day, this cove is, like I said, it was an open top kind of canyon that kind of cuts into the cliffside there a little bit, with a waterway in it. So there's water coming down, or there's water in this sort of inlet. Actually, remember when you came back with Blinby the last time, you had seen that there's sort of an old rickety set of stairs that kind of lead down into it, that were still there, although you broke some of them. Looking around on the thing, everybody give me a perception roll.
Everybody must get. Is this a perception based on eyesight?
It's based on eyesight. We're looking around.
Okay, because that gives me bonuses too. Let's see what. Well, maybe not bonuses, but.
I got the exact amount.
Okay, so that may not be a 2. I'm looking at my sheet really quick.
Maybe a 6.
I think it's like the thief. You get a minimum of a 10.
Yeah, it might be minimum of 10.
Yeah. Additionally, if you make a wisdom perception check that relies on sight, you can treat the result as a 10 or your binder level plus your charisma modifier, whichever is higher. At this point, it's going to be the 10.
10, yeah. All
But
right,
I don't think it matters either way.
Yeah. Rhux and Praedyth and Lewis but Praedyth, you're already seeing it. The two of you, about the same time, notice that there is a slight on the opposite side of from where you guys are currently at, of this kind of the cliff that drops down into the cove. You see sort of a darkened cleft into the cliff itself, a cleft into the cliff. And
Into the cleft.
And Rhux, you kind of pointed out to Praedyth, or pointed out at the same time. Praedyth is looking at it and kind of narrows in on it, and sees through Lewis as he comes through the thing. There's definitely about a 5 to 10 foot opening there that kind of leads into the cave, into the cliff itself, into the cliffside. It's about 15 feet down, though, on the other side of the cave, or on the other side of this cove. Like, you can walk around. This thing narrows to a point at some point, so you could go and walk around to get to the other side. But there isn't any stairwell getting down to that like there was on this side. What do you guys want to do?
Guys, I think there's a cave in this cove that's in this cliff.
There's a cave in the cove?
There's a cleft in the cliff.
There's a cleft in the cliff
has a cave
that has a cave in the cove?
Well, the cave is the cleft.
So are we going to have to rappel down from the top of the thing or something like that?
Or climb up from the bottom. There's no easy way to get in. There's no stairs or anything like that to get to.
Well, what's the least amount of distance? The top?
Top would be, because it's only 15 feet down from the top.
Yeah, okay, that's what. Okay.
But if you fall from the top, you're going to fall a lot farther.
Well, the cliff itself is only about 50 feet high.
Eventually going to get there.
So, I mean, you're like, if you fall from the top, you fall 50 feet. If you fall from the thing, it's 35 feet.
Can our eyes in the sky kind of see, like, fly down there a little bit, not in the cave, but if it be a large enough cave to let this bird in, let this creature in?
Yeah, is it big enough?
That's a question to Praedyth.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question? My thing cut out.
Okay, so can you have your bird scout the opening to see if the cave is large enough?
Yeah. How is it?
Spot?
Is it within 100 feet?
Yeah, I mean the width of this cove area, this kind of cut in the cliff, because I love using a lot of C words tonight. Is it's only about 50 feet across at the widest point, because remember, you fit a ship in there relatively narrowly, so it's not that far across. You can get right up on the edge.
I'll send them in to take a look, see what's up.
All right, so you send the bird down and across, and as it kind of flies and lands, there's not really a ledge there, but he lands in the mouth of the cave, and kind of looking around. You get the sense that this is probably 8 feet wide, something like that. So, I mean, if the creature brought in its wings and stuff like that, maybe it can squeeze through that. It's definitely larger, though. It's about 8 feet wide and maybe about 5 feet tall. So it would have to kind of squeeze through it. But, I mean, based on the size of the creature, it's borderline. You're not 100% sure it could make it in. But it also might be able to get it in, because it might be thin and things like that. You haven't seen enough of it in the daylight to know, its exact structure.
Can you see if there are any remains? Like, is there blood or sheep?
Well, the bird also reports that the cave goes in a ways. Maybe a good.
Okay.
Let me take a quick look. Goes
Yeah,
in. Well, actually, I actually have this right here. He kind of looks at it and he says that it doesn't go in very far. It's on that side. The sun is there, but it's somewhat dark in there, so the bird can't see in very far, but it opens up quickly is what is sort of the implication you get.
Well, and if there's nothing else, it might be a good place for other people to store stuff, perhaps. Is it?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
You said, how high off the water is this? Would it be easy to get down to the water from here? It's a straight cliff, right?
You would rappel down from the cliff, yes.
Okay. But there may be another opening too. I mean, Sluggless Cove, caves, maybe worth a while even if it doesn't have the bird. I'll stay up here and watch for the bird.
So what you just said is, I'm going to be a coward.
You guys go, and I'm going to be the sniper. Yes,
I'm going to be a
I'm
coward.
Overwatch, man. I am the sniper that stays far away. That
You're
is
gonna be the coward.
the
Okay, got it.
whole. No, it's not a coward. It's completely. I am playing to my strengths, which is yes. Some would say cowardless. I would say survival, but you know.
We just roll our eyes and go on.
The short answer is, Marcus, it's pretty clear that anything that's going to come out of that cave is going to have to go through the people that are going in it. So there's not really ever going to be
Marcus
a shot.
is just trying to get someone else to volunteer at this point. Since,
no, I'm just saying, if you stay up top, and if you stay up on this side, you will probably miss any battle that happens inside.
Oh no, I'm going to go in eventually. I'm just letting other people go in first.
Right. Again, to get a shot at the entrance, you would have to stay on this side of the on the far side of the cliff of the cove. To get around is about a 200 to 300 feet walk around the edge, get to the other side, and then climb down. It's going to take 5 to 10 minutes to do that. So, what are you guys doing? Who's staying where? Who's going where?
I'm going to the fight. I'm going to walk around.
I'll go in.
So, who's all walking
I'll
around?
go around.
Marcus sounds like he's staying on the
No, I'm
eastern side.
actually going to go. I'm just going in the latter part of the group.
Okay.
Praedyth led in.
All right. So you guys get around. Getting around to the other side. How are you guys going to get down to it?
Somebody's gonna carry me.
Well, let's start by tying off some ropes and see if we can find an anchor place for the ropes.
You guys have any? What do you guys got? You got pitons, ropes? What do you got?
I have lots of rope. I have 100 feet of rope in my bag that I've been lugging around.
You just bought some more, so yes, I know that.
Let's see here. What do we got? We got an herbalism kit.
I have a crowbar.
That'll do you good.
I got rope. I got 50 feet of rope.
You can try to
Which you
jab
gotta-
the crowbar into
yeah.
the ground and try to tie it to that.
Like a baton, or wedge it into something to.
The top of
If
this
no one has
cliff
a
is
climbing
kind of
gear.
like think of it as like the top of, any kind of island cliff. It's sort of sandy with a little bit of rock, with a little bit of grass on top. It's grassy up top here. It's not jungle like, kind of a little bit windswept because it's on the windward side, wind kind of slowing through. A little bit windswept. I mean, you could try to drive the crowbar into the ground. It's probably about a 3.5 foot crowbar. So if you could get it down, if you could get it 2.5 feet in, that would probably be pretty strongly in there, but it's going to take some more effort to do that.
Well, do we have enough rope to actually put it into a tree? I mean,
There's no trees nearby. There's no trees.
This is literally just like you said,
like grassland.
Nothing.
Like that.
No matter how
Grassland,
far away.
Some bushes, a few things like that. That's about it.
Okay. Yeah. Does anybody have climbing gear?
We got rope.
Yeah, I know, but
Got rope that we can
John's
tie
the thing
off
I'm worried
somewhere.
about. But we don't have anywhere. That's the whole. Unless we drive the
Again, you
crowbar
can
in.
try to drive the crowbar into the ground. That's for sure. There's no massively huge rocks that would potentially hold the weight of a person. I mean, there are some rocks.
Yeah, just like let's just use my crowbar.
All right.
See how well it does.
All right, somebody give me a strength check for trying to drive it into the ground. And somebody can help, or
I will help.
Advantage.
I will hold it.
Let me know who's going to do
reluctantly.
it, and I will give them a roll request.
I could do the strength check. I got 16 plus. I got a +3 or whatever, or something like that. So, but does anybody else would rather try?
I have a 17, but that doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Well,
I
not
believe in
really.
you. No, it doesn't. It's the same.
Rules lawyer wise, it doesn't. But yeah.
Who's going to do it? Who wants to do it?
Rhux will do it.
All right. I was
Right.
rolling horribly.
All right, give me here we go, strength ability check.
And I do give him assistance.
And you do have advantage. So roll.
I will roll it again.
Yeah, you should have rolled with
I
advantage.
clicked the wrong thing.
All right. So with that 21, you see Rhux just and at a certain, it kind of jumps in about maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 inches, and then he starts pushing harder because it's like it hits something, and you can hear the and then he pushes even harder, and he definitely gets it down to about 2/3 of that crowbar into the ground. You guys wrap a rope around it and throw it over the edge. Who wants to try it out?
I'll give it a shot.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Iylis, you start winding your way down there. Give me a athletics check, please.
Athletics check.
Yeah, athletics check.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. All right, so you climb down the 15 feet with no issues.
Seems good.
And kind of land. You're not landing. You kind of step into a cavern that looks kind of like. Now let me make sure I have everything set up correctly on it because I have screwed this up before. Okay. Walls. And activate. Given the fact that you have a 60 foot, you can pretty much see all the way in. Do you have 60 foot of dark vision?
I do not. I'm a human.
And you don't have dark vision.
Come on.
I can't see in the dark.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. It is a little dim into there, so you can see approximately that. So let me reset the fog again one more time. There we go. So this is what you can kind of see as you look in. Although I could have swore I did.
There's bones down here. Is that a dead body?
Swore I had put in.
I'll go down next.
Oh, well. Clearly I didn't put in walls properly, so. You.
Praedyth wasn't kidding about
perception.
Just before more people go down, because Praedyth wasn't kidding about somebody gonna carry him down, because the other one to just fall and die. So he's gonna go over to Rhux.
Can't see anything.
And look up at him.
You don't notice anything. Like you notice that there is a corpse amongst some bones inside, not too far inside of there. You can definitely see it. There's definitely bones of sheep and things like that in here mostly. But there is also you can't quite see far enough yet for that. Yeah, that's kind of what you see so far. There is some glitter on the ground here that's just kind of glinting in the little bit of light that's leaking through. And your perception roll was a 6, so yeah, that's about all you notice. Anyway, continue there, Praedyth. Who's coming down next?
He's gonna.
I'll come down next if nobody else.
He's gonna go up to the Rhux, because Rhux is a pretty sizable fella, right?
Yeah,
he's a pretty big boy.
So he's gonna go up to Rhux and look up at Rhux and say, you got any room for an extra backpack? And he's gonna hold out his arms and will be prepared to climb up onto Rhux. Like a small child. Correct.
I'm assuming that I could support his weight, no problem.
Alright. Hylough, you get down to there and here. Oh my god, why is everything screwed up?
Oh.
Vision? Why is everybody set?
Immediately pull out my.
Because the walls are not screwed down.
No, it's just the vision should be 30 feet when it's. Oh, I know why. Here, let me do this. I need to set it to dark. That's why. I mean, it's not dark outside; it's dark inside, so that'll make it work better. All right, and that's why you're seeing further.
Oh, it's dark. It's like black and white. I thought I lived in color world.
No, if you have dark vision, it should switch you to color. So
that's cool.
That should be correct. Now let's see what it does. If I go Iylis, yeah, you have color vision out 30 feet. That's correct. So it was correct. It's just I had to turn it to dark.
So should we light a light?
All right, so that's what you can kind of see. Although Iylis, you shouldn't be able to see quite that yet. But who's going next?
Can I carry Praedyth without any issues?
Let's see. Rhux, what's your
put a weight on?
But... Yeah, you can.
So since we have extra rope, I will tie. Let's give him an extra tie rope to him, and then there's 2 ropes supporting him. Maybe give him help on the strength roll down.
quite right.
Can you follow me with my help action?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
There's a rope, so it's only 5 on the athletics check anyway, so it's not like it's a difficult.
Oh, I'll roll the 1. Don't worry.
What are you trying to do, for yourself or for somebody else?
No, for him. I was just going to say, especially since you got 2 people, I thought maybe it'd be easier since it might be a harder climb to give him like tie around his waist, so if he falls,
you're going to
we
hold
can
on
catch
to him.
Yeah. Well, several of us. It's not just me.
Who's going next? Who's going down
Me.
next? Okay, 1 second.
Rhux with his multiple backpacks.
All right. Best. Disadvantage with it because you are carrying.
I have disadvantage.
Yeah, you're carrying him.
That's cringe. Also, when it does that thing, it doesn't give you the option.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you know that.
Maybe I'm supposed to tell you that it's disadvantage.
Here's the other one.
All right, so you make it down there with the 2 of you. Do you have dark vision, Rhux?
No. Probably not.
Do we have anybody with a torch?
Do you have dark vision?
I don't think
No,
so.
Praedyth has dark vision. Torch. Yeah, Praedyth has dark vision, I believe.
Right.
Should have.
So
Praedyth, you do have
torch.
60 feet of dark vision, so
Got a torch.
you can see some movement as you get down there, and Rhux is starting to do stuff. You have all the stuff on you, Rhux.
What stuff?
You have a whole bunch of effects on you. You're
I do?
not blessed.
He's got a Praedyth on
You're
him.
not bleeding, that's for sure.
Yes, he does have a.
I think that was from the last fight we did.
All right.
I just never took
So
them off.
Praedyth, you notice some movement back here in the back of the chamber.
All right.
Who's coming down next? And what are you
Well,
guys
I was-
in here doing?
I was
I'm going to
also
point
mention-
out the movement.
I have mage hand if someone wants me to lower the torch to the opening, and y'all might be able to see without having to hold.
Nobody
the torch
has a
for-
torch, though.
I thought someone just said they had a torch.
Well, Iylis was going to light one, but no one currently
Yeah.
has one on.
Okay.
I mean, you can light one, Iylis. That's fine.
I will.
Okay, so Iylis lights a torch.
Yay.
And at that point, it immediately becomes initiative.
Yay!
Yeah, I figured.
Because you basically stick out like a sore thumb at that point.
Yeah, I did light a fire.
Well, we probably stuck at it anyway, so.
Torch.
It's not like we were being quiet or anything.
No, you weren't being
necessarily.
super quiet, but as soon as the torch comes on, you were. All right, there you go.
I'm going
There's
to move
your,
in to get out the way.
There's your light. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so let's. I'm going to throw the rest of you guys in, but you're still up top. So Dresd'a, Aaron, Lewis technically is kind of around here, but not exactly right, and Marcus, and we'll also has an effect on him that probably shouldn't have. Yeah, probably from something we were testing or trying. All right, so let me make a combat. Boom. If you would be so kind as to roll initiative. The 4 that are on the right side here that are kind of in the rock, you guys are still above, and I'm going to change it so that you guys are like have a 15-foot thing, meaning you're 15 foot above.
I don't have any in. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Never mind.
You don't have any what?
I was going to say I don't have anything to roll initiative, but I was looking at the PCs instead of encounter.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Should
I
look
got
at
it.
the encounter, please. All right, and let me roll this.
Oh my.
Okay.
At least I'm not Rhux levels.
Hey man, I'm a slow boy. I don't know what you want from me.
All
For
right.
you to be faster.
You want him to be faster?
That's pretty hard.
You're requesting something that he can't do. It seems awfully rude to you. All right, so
It is
Aaron,
pretty rude, honestly.
you're up top. Are you going next on coming down the rope?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me an athletics check, and you can get with your move action. You can get down to this spot here because it's a 15 foot. So, all right. So
Okay.
you are here. Yes, you're right there with your move action. So you're right on the inside of the thing. Let me make sure it's all set up correctly. Yeah, it's going to be fine for this now because there's a light. So, what are you doing? You still have an action and a bonus action. And at the very edge of the light, you can see a very dark head kind of looking up. And a screech.
Oh,
Best I can do tonight.
well, I'm going to dash.
Okay. Also, there is a deceased body here. It does look to be... Oh, actually, there is no deceased body here. This map was made on the assumption that you guys didn't go with Cormac that night. So there is no body there.
Oh, so
Yeah, I forgot about that.
The body that would be Cormac.
Yes, if you guys hadn't gone last night with Cormac, he would have gone back and gotten snatched by the wyvern, and that would be Cormac's body. But you did go with Cormac, so that there is no body there. I'm sorry. I should have made it a tile so I could put it in or not, depending on what was going on.
I'm going in on the assumption that I'll get backup.
You'll
We'll
get
just
back
high
up.
five each other and congratulate each other for not killing Cormac. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Except we don't know. It's
Yeah, you just don't know. It's just funny though. I did set it up though that if you didn't go that night, he was going to die.
that is funny.
But you did go. So, all right, who is next? I did not hit begin combat. So,
No
Aaron
regrets.
did climb down, and then he dashed to there. You still have a bonus action. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Aaron?
Forget what this character's bonus actions are. Got something, I know that's for sure. Oh, yeah, I can't use that. No,
Okay.
I'm done.
All right. It is now Marcus's turn. You are still up there.
Yep.
Do you wish to climb down? If so, your move action can get you down to the cave.
So Marcus, for right now, do I hear anything? Did
You
I say
heard
anything?
you heard that screech.
Okay.
It kind of
So-
echoed through out of the chamber. So clearly
Marcus
something's in
is-
there.
Yeah. So Marcus is going to tie another rope. Did we use my idea of bracing? I'll
Well-
brace with the rope and I'll do a held action. I'm going to throw a rope for if anyone gets knocked out of there, and maybe we can save them from falling.
Okay. All right. The Raven's turn. Are you going to leave the Raven outside or just going to...
The Raven is going to hop on in.
All right, so it can fly down there. It doesn't need a rope. So that's
Cool.
part of its move.
That's what, 15 feet?
Yeah, it's only
down
15
here?
feet, so it's not much.
So,
Also, the Raven doesn't have dark vision, does it?
does it not? I don't know.
So it's going to be the same as you guys, so 30 dim. But you can see in the bright light. See,
Yeah, that's as far as I can make it. Does it see?
that's the thing, is I think the way I need to do this is...
Like, can I see it to tell everyone about it? Oh, the creature's definitely back there. or-
Aaron sees it.
Oh,
too.
you already told. Yeah, okay.
Weird. Like, I kind of feel like this is the way it's supposed to be. You can see. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, so you can see it. Yeah, I mean, the bird can see it. Aaron is no longer at 15. So, and it's clear that it's back there. And anything else for the Raven?
Nah.
All right, Hylough, it is your turn,
Okay.
and you clearly see it moving in the back up there.
Am I hitting rough terrain here? Can I just keep going straight?
No, the only rough terrain would be things like the rocks, the bones you
Okay.
can go through, and that's fine. But rock stuff is considered rough terrain.
Okay. I think I'm here.
Okay.
And I guess I'll ready an action to whack him all if he comes. Whack him if he comes out here.
You're gonna whack him
with my Warhammer.
Sure, I put this in. Okay. 1 second. I'm just kind of quickly throwing in some walls. "30 seconds. Oh wait, I'm remembering me doing walls for a different map. That's why I thought I had done this map and I hadn't. Won't be perfect, but good enough. All right, there we go. All right, so next is the creature. So let's see here. What does it have for 3 feet? Features. 1, 2, 3. Gets to there, and then it does this, which I should be doing from here. It does a multi-attack.
That seems unfair.
With, let's see here, it makes 2 attacks, one with its bite and one with its, well, you'll see. So let's see here, the bite. All right, so Hylough, you're within the range of its attacks. So it bites at you and hits you for 9 points of damage, actually 13 points of damage. And then its tail is like these 2 kind of strange tentacle appendages. They slap out at you.
Yeah.
And it hits you for, had to do a strength saving throw.
Strength saving.
Okay, so you failed the saving throw. You are grappled. So you take another 14 points of damage and you're grappled.
I am. Well,
by these
guys,
tentacles.
Done my duty.
Where'd those tentacles
and I can't even reach him, right? He's too far away.
He's at 10 feet. He's 10 feet away.
Rhux. Can I hit his tentacles that have hit me?
Yeah, you can do that on your turn.
Well, I did ready an action, so but I don't know if that's, I guess that's,
yeah, if your action ready the action to hit it, if it got close to you, unfortunately that didn't occur because it hasn't gotten close enough for you to hit it.
But parts of him did.
Right, so you are currently grappled, and that is the end of its turn. Dresd'a, you are up and you are 15 feet above the thing. Do you wish to try to climb down? And Hylough just got whacked.
Okay. So 15, how does this work? I'm trying to see if my strategy would be to, let me see where.
You're on top of the cliff.
Is it possible to, well, that would take too long. All right, I guess I'm going to climb down then, yes.
Give me an athletics check.
Athletics. Where's the athletics? Normal.
Yeah. All right, you perfectly fine.
That's actually pretty good.
You get down here with your move. So that's your move. That was your move action. What
Full
do you do
move?
next? Yeah, that is your move action. You still have an action and a bonus action.
So I'm going to assume, let me measure my distance here, that I've got a decent line of sight on him.
The rocks here do give it partial cover, but you can see it. They just give it partial cover. So it's got a bonus to its armor class. That's all.
Okay, so 45 feet. I've got my minor vestige, and I believe it was the chill guy.
Uh-huh.
I want to check real quick to make sure that he's in range before I say I'm going to do chill guy.
I think chill guy's range is 30 feet.
Okay, all right. So no chill guy this round, but I shall go pew pew.
Well, you can certainly shoot.
With the magic longbow, and I am going to use the sun killer arrow.
Okay, well, don't forget to target it. Just a reminder.
Okay. So things about the sun killer arrow: it does fire damage, not piercing, and it's an additional D4 of fire damage. And it explodes, and everybody within 5 feet of the target has to make a dex save.
Nobody's within 5 feet, so that's good.
Okay, so it does not apply.
I did put a longbow on your character, so you should.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. We both ended up finding it and putting it at the same time. I just deleted mine back out. All right, here comes the longbow. Fingers roll.
So hold on.
Oh, it's not adding that correctly. I should be getting a +8 because of my.
However, your initial attack on this thing is disadvantaged, so please roll again.
Okay. But it's a +8, not a +2.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it would have hit no matter what, but but it still has disadvantage until somebody actually hits it. So you have +2 plus.
What I've got is I use my charisma, my initiative, and I get +2 for archery style when I'm bound to Huyi. So it's a +8 total on the attack. The damage roll. The damage roll while I'm bound to Huyi, I use my charisma for damage rolls as well, which is a +4, +2 on the initiative. No, we don't use 2 on the initiative.
What are you talking about? +2 on the initiative. Okay, so
no.
Read that out again. Just go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, so Huyi, while I'm bound, for my attacks,
it's your charisma
and damage. You
get your charisma. All right, so you get
for my attack roll +4 for charisma. On the attack rolls, I'm doing attack roll. +4 charisma,
+2 proficiency.
Thank you. And +2 for archery style while I'm bound to
Okay, that's fair. All right, just making sure.
That's the +8 on the attack roll.
Okay.
Now the damage roll is 4 for charisma. And do I do proficiency?
No, you don't add proficiency to it.
No proficiency to damage rolls.
No.
Okay.
It's always just it's going to be a charisma, so it's only going to be 2 more.
Gotcha. +4.
Yeah, so it's going to be 2 more than what was said there. So
yeah,
we apply that, and then I'll apply 2. So, all right.
And did it roll damage?
Yeah, it did. You did 6 points, but it should have been +2.
Now I have to roll a D4 for the what do you call it? The extra
fire
arrow.
Yeah. And I'll get this fixed hopefully for next time since I have this week off, so that it automatically does all the stuff.
That was not a D4. Sorry.
Yeah, that's not a D4. Also, still not a D4.
One of these is a D4.
That's also a D8. D6.
Damn it! None of them were.
Why are you? Why are you?
My thing is in the way, so I couldn't find the automatic dice. I'm going to type it out. Sorry.
I think she's got the auto
That's a D4
loaded below, but
yeah, I had them loaded on macros to try to make it easier, but I don't think I remember to do the sun killer arrow. So that's an additional 3.
Cool. All right.
Well, that was painful.
All right, it's all good.
But you hit it.
Boom! A bright burst of light when it hits them, knocks a couple of rocks, skitter.
Yeah, it hits it though, and it does do some stuff. Everybody who's after that now has a regular attack on it for the rest of the round.
You're welcome.
Praedyth, you are now up.
All right. So Praedyth is gonna scoot up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Mhm.
How far away is this? Did I just put myself in a place where I can't see him?
No.
Oh, well, he moved. I'm sorry. I didn't see that. But then I don't actually want to be there. That doesn't seem safe. Go there. Go there and hide behind the raven. And then I'm gonna
Of course, the
cast.
Raven.
I'm gonna cast. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Mind Spike.
Okay, don't forget to target it.
Oh, right.
Just reminding. Just in case the spell does work properly, it will do the damage.
Well, it's no, you caught me right before I pressed it. That's why.
Okay, is there a saving throw? There is, and
yeah,
it failed.
Wisdom saving throw.
It failed.
Oh, did it already do it?
Yep, it automatically rolls it on my side. I have everything set up to auto roll, so that I don't have to worry about rolling. So, but it does. So if you notice that Mind Spike DC 13 Wisdom saving throw, Wyvern fails with a 6. So you did 11 points of damage as I don't know what a Mind Spike. You reach into the mind of one creature you can see. Wisdom saving throw. Also know the target's location until the spell ends, but only while the two of you are on the same plane of existence.
That's kind of what I wanted in case he tried to run away.
Okay.
So I don't know where he goes.
You know that it's right there.
Well,
anything else?
Cool.
You have a bonus.
Bonus. Nope.
Okay.
Well, is light a bonus action cantrip or no?
I do not think so. No.
I don't think it is either. Okay. Well, yeah. All right. I would just. It's fine.
Okay, Iylis, you are up. It's your turn.
Okay.
And the creature is just sort of in the darkness, kind of outside the light.
Over here-ish, yeah. I'm gonna move in.
It's pretty obvious where it's at because it's holding on to Hylough. So.
Okay.
I'm going
with its tentacles.
I'm gonna stand here.
Okay.
And I'm going to do. So it's over here, but Hylough's here, and it's just grabbing.
Yeah, because it's got 10-foot reach.
Cool. Okay.
But don't forget to target before you do your thing.
Okay. Yeah,
Alt click will target it.
Alt click, and then let's do. What was it?
Note, I fixed your magic missile so that if you cast it, it will automatically do all 3 at once.
Okay, cool.
And it will also properly work with if you uprank it too. So
let's do Chill Touch.
Okay. You attack, that hits, and it does do damage.
That's cool. That it rolls them one at a time
for me. It doesn't show you the roll of the saving throw if you do it, but it does roll them everything the right way if we got everything set up. You strike it with the Chill Touch. It takes its damage, and it's can't get anything back. Not that anybody in here is going to try to give it back any hit points.
Is it undead?
It is not undead.
Well, why not?
I don't know. It is not undead. All right. Anything else from you? Bonus action? Anything like that?
That will be all.
Okay, Rhux, you are up.
Yay. Rhux will move in.
Cool. Note, if you try to go through the stone here, it is difficult terrain. So the stone
can I walk through the bones?
The bones are fine, but the big stone pieces are, and these small ones are also fine, but the big stones are difficult terrain.
Okay. Well, I move 6. And then I am going to prime my fun thing.
I don't know what your fun thing is.
I'm going to chuck my lightning javelin at his face.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the lightning. Why is it pointing this direction? How do I rotate it? I don't know. I'll just put it there. Really? This is garbage.
Oh, that's a cool laser effect.
Yeah, it only points this
effect.
direction on the screen. It doesn't point for me, but it's fine.
Yeah, it missed.
But I missed, so I just wasted that. That's cool.
No, when you do the placing of the thing, if you drag in a direction, it will put it that direction from yourself.
Well.
Anyway, anything else?
I will cast Yield of Faith on Hylough.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. So
And
Hylough,
Faith his shield.
except you gave it to the. You gave.
I didn't
you
click
had,
on. I didn't. Oh, I had.
You had it
selected.
already targeted. You have to target the person you want to do it on. So
It won't let me target him. Just.
Oh yeah, you alt click will target and untarget.
Oh. Wait, 1 second. Let me do it again.
Just don't cast a spell on him. Again,
I just put it to 3.
Alt. Don't. You need to alt click the. It's sticky targeting. So once you've clicked somebody, they stay targeted until you click them again.
I understand now. I unclicked him.
No, you don't have to. It's just you did it again when you applied the Shield of Faith to it. So it's all good. It's gotta remember it's sticky targeting. That's all.
Peace.
All right, and next, that's the anything else. You moved, you attacked. Yep, you're good. Aaron, you're up on round 2.
All right. I'm gonna whack his face. Or at least try to anyway.
All right, you attack.
I didn't select him.
You didn't select him, but you also need to roll that attack with no, sorry. Until his turn, so you're still good. You definitely hit him, so 8 points.
Actually, I'm gonna do my little thingamabob. Add 5 to that.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Anything else?
I already used my bonus action. Yep, no, I'm good.
All right, Marcus, you are currently restrained or grappled, which means that you can't move, but you can attempt to attack.
Marcus shouldn't be grappled.
Oh, sorry, Marcus. I said Marcus. I was thinking of Hylough. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Marcus, you are up though.
Yeah, Marcus is going to come down.
All right.
So what with me? I'm what?
It's not your turn yet. Sorry.
Okay.
Athletics check, Marcus, to climb down.
Okay, let's.
You have a.
Wow.
It's still good enough. You only need a 5.
Well, I know it's just.
So you're now down here, but you're on top of Dresd'a.
Okay, so that's what 15 feet. You said
that is a full move. That is your move action to get there because of climb.
But I can't stay on top of Dresd'a.
No.
You can stand on my shoulders, and then I'll knock you over.
That's okay. All right, so as I lose connection.
I still hear you.
No, I meant for the server, not for you. I'm counting something for Hylough. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what the Bardic Inspiration range is. It won't probably matter though. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a double move.
I think it's 60 feet.
Yeah, it probably is.
Bardic Inspiration says range of 60 feet.
Okay, so I'm giving Bardic Inspiration to Hylough.
All right. Make sure
Hylough, you got this.
Just
all right.
Click target him when you do it.
Yeah, I've got a.
I don't know if it'll add an effect on top of him, but just in case.
Okay, so there it is.
Cool.
That's one of those ones that I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if I've set up correctly, but in the end, it will get set up correctly so that I will try to set it up so that it gives him a prompt to use it. But
okay, there it is. I'd rather him roll the die, but that's just my personal preference. Did it go?
Yeah, it's attached to him. All right.
Okay.
Anything
So that
else?
was 1, 2, 3. I'm going to finish my move. And am I seeing the? It's back in there, right? I don't see it.
Yeah, you can see it. It's right here. It's black, so it's not easy to see.
That's why.
It's right there.
Yeah, I'll end up there.
All right. The Raven's turn.
Actually, I'll go around the corner one more if I can do it. Let's see. One. Yeah, because I've got the range because it doesn't matter how close I was. So I'm sitting there. Done.
Raven.
Raven. This is not really Raven. Strong, so he's not really what he does. So he's kind of gonna keep an eye on our 6, you know, make sure we don't get jumped.
Okay.
And that'll be his turn.
All right, Hylough. Now it is your turn. You are restrained. You can attack, but you're restrained. You just can't move. If you wish to try to break the grapple, that is an action.
But I can attack. Okay. Am I in danger of like getting more injured by just being restrained? Like, is it?
No,
is it
I mean it's holding
me, or?
on to you, but it will have advantage on the attack because you can't move on its next attack against you.
Huh.
You now have a higher armor class because of the bless and stuff.
Yeah.
And the shield of
And
faith.
right. And I can. Okay. So maybe I'll just go ahead and attack then. Can I attack its tentacle that's holding me? Is that?
Yes,
for,
but it's a called shot, so it's a minus 5 or a minus 10. I can't remember which.
Yeah. I don't like anything.
I'd have to look. What does that feat do, Marcus? Although I think you just, or John, you just walked away. I think that feat gets rid of a penalty. Let's see here. Sharpshooter. Oh, minus 5. Just a minus 5 attack.
Okay, so
if you wish to attack,
so I have a choice of attacking with a minus 5, or trying to get out.
No, you can attack the tentacles with a minus 5. If you wish to try to attack the creature with a ranged weapon, you wouldn't have the minus 5.
But I have to get out the ranged weapon.
Yes, which you can do with a bonus action. That's fine. Or what you can do as part of your attack. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll get out my.
Otherwise, you can try to get out of the grapple with an action as well.
Okay, I'll do the crossbow.
Okay. Did you remember to select him as the target?
No, I didn't. Do you want to take that anyway?
12 will miss.
Yes. So.
All
right. So I just wasted a bonus action and an action, and I can't move. So.
No, you didn't waste the bonus action. Like I said, you can pull it out as part of your action for the attack.
Okay.
As part of the attack action, you can take out a weapon. That is a yes.
Okay.
So you still have a bonus action, but bonus action, you need an actual action to break the grapple.
Right. And I don't even know if I have anything that's a bonus action. Oh, I could second wind.
You could. Don't forget to target yourself when you do that.
Okay.
Just alt-click on yourself.
Okay, so
alt-click
and click.
Mm-hmm. Now you've targeted yourself, and then do your second wind, and it should automatically apply the hit points to you. And if it doesn't, which it did, so you just got 9 hit points back.
Yay. Okay.
Right, so now don't forget to alt-click yourself again to get rid of the target so that when you attack, you don't attack yourself.
Yeah, that'd be bad. I hit myself in the face.
All right, it's the Wyvern's turn. The Wyvern is going to use multi-attack again. It's going to attack Aaron with its bite, and Hylough, it's going to continue to attack. Oops, I should make sure I get rid of the bite first. The first thing it does is attacks Aaron with the bite. So say that it's doing that. Then it bites Aaron. Ooh, Aaron, that was not a great tick for you. 14 points of damage.
Can't I do... what is it?
It's like I don't know if the Warden die just straight takes off from their attack or like makes them reroll or something.
Which are you tracking about?
A little Warden die.
You mean the resilience die?
Yeah, there it is.
The resilience die is a D4 for you right now, I think. Yes, it's still D4 because you're 4th level. And it is, let me see if I can find what it is. Natural resilience. So you can pull from a well of infinite improved defense against one. Any resilience dice you have, and what dice says. So when an enemy rolls an attack against you, you can expend a resilience die and subtract the result from the attack roll.
So, okay.
You can't actually reduce it enough to get to not to be a hit. But good thought. Good thought. At least you're thinking about your stuff. So that is a bite. And then it continues to attack Hylough with its oops, got the right thing. With its tentacle, and that is with advantage. It rolls a 2 and a 1, so it misses Hylough. But you're still grappled. All right, that is the Wyvern's turn. Dresd'a, you are now up.
Okay, alrighty then.
Remember, you have disadvantage on your attack roll until you hit it, because now it's reset. Just as an FYI. And when you make the attack roll, if you do it for the HUD and you do control click on your weapon, that will automatically do a disadvantage roll. Alt click will do an advantage roll, and just normal click will do a normal roll.
Alt click advantage, A for, oh, okay, yeah, yep. Control for disadvantage. All right. Yep. So let me see. I need to move up so I can get a better view at this bad boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Cool.
And let's see. Alt advantage and control is disadvantage. Control thing. And it's +8, so
yeah,
21.
You still hit. It's all good.
Okay.
All right. And you get 2 more points of damage plus. So roll your fire damage as well, so I'll just modify it directly.
R1d4. Bing.
All right, so another point. More. So 3 points more to it. All right. Cool. You move somewhat. You fired. You still have bonus action.
And I believe I'm within 30 feet, so I'm going to use Kill Guy. Mm-hmm.
That hits.
And that's chill damage. 4 chill damage.
Okay. All right, Praedyth, you are up. As some ice shards slam into the dark hide of this creature. This creature is really jet black. It's just wonder if you saw anything from it.
Yeah, it's back to normal, right? Because I hit him?
You hit it once, yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will cast Toll the Dead. Did it roll the saving throw?
It did. It failed, and it took damage.
11 damage.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, you should be able to see on the little card in the chat. It should show you that it failed.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It says Wyvern fails 7.
I don't see the Wyvern fails 7 part, but I see my damage.
It's at the very bottom. It should say no damage on save, and then right below that should be Wyvern fails 7.
I think I'm good. I think that's what I'll do.
Okay. Cool. All right. As a large bell rings out. Something. Iylis, you're up.
Right. I'm going to do my magic missile on it.
Okay. You slam into it, and it does 4 + 3, which you seem to have rolled basically the minimum. 1,
Wow.
1, and 4.
Let's go.
So 6 + 3 is 9 points. Ouch. That was
I'm doing great.
Not so great, but okay. The arcs, the magic missiles arc around Hylough and Aerra and slam into it, and it goes as it leaves some kind of smolder on it. Anything else you're doing?
Nope.
All right, Rhux, you're up.
All right. Rhux is gonna walk up and stab this man.
Well, don't stab Hylough. Seems kind of mean.
Frickin' bird.
Not a bird. It's actually a reptile. It's a wyvern.
I know.
It's a strangely corrupted wyvern, but
This frickin' bird.
All right. Are you gonna keep moving your mouse around, or are you gonna move yourself to within hitting distance?
1 second. First thing I'm gonna do is this. That's my bonus action.
All right. Which actually might have, if you had targeted yourself, it might have actually applied something.
I had Hylough targeted and it didn't do anything.
No, Fury of the Tides is for you though. But
Yeah, like I had someone selected, it didn't do anything.
No, I don't have the effects on it. I do for somebody else. All right.
All right. I walk to this man and then I will stab him. I don't have disadvantage yet. Got hit already?
Yeah, he's been hit. He's sort of the weird kind of dissonance of the creature has snapped back into one.
I'm gonna crit his face.
Definitely critted. But you didn't have him targeted.
I didn't have anyone targeted.
No.
That's
all right. All right. You didn't do a lot of damage either. Your crit.
It's plus, or did it already do the +2 on there?
It does all the stuff.
Oh, that's the attack.
But then you have your extra from.
Yeah, it's +3. Sorry, I have 16 in charisma and done. Yeah, +3.
All right. Cool. All right. That is the end of round 2 as Rhux goes up there and slams into it. Aaron.
I got annoyed that I missed my javelin.
I'm gonna try and beat this guy up again.
That hits.
And
you slam into it and skitters along the side of it, drawing a wide a line of across its inside of it, and sort of a blackish purplish ichor kind of seeps out of it.
I get 2 of these now, and I'm gonna use my other one.
And the creature roars in pain.
Have some lightning, fool.
Tons and tons of, as lightning crackles around it, you see it light up a bit, and you can see all of these hits and stuff. There's ichor flowing from many of them. Anything else?
Nah.
Marcus.
So, sorry, I closed up. So, I'm at 1. Trying to move myself and not succeeding. I lost connection to the server. Hold on just a second to reconnect. There we go. So 1, 2. Is there any reason for me to go any further? Probably not. I'm gonna take a shot at it.
Okay. So with normal.
Actually, I'm gonna go for it. It's been hit.
Yeah, it's been hit.
Right?
That's all, man. It's
I'm gonna go with the sharpshooter, and I'm gonna pull out my heavy pistol. Let's see how that works.
Okay.
So, is designed to consume blah 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 blah. Okay, so it's designed to consume ammunition, but none is loaded. Let's see.
Yeah, you just don't have any ammunition set up for it.
Okay, so let's see if this will work. I've got pistol. I can roll with pistol ammo.
Yeah, just give it pistol ammo. It should be fine.
Okay, I can just roll it.
No. You need to set up the weapon so that it can. Like the weapon originally came from monsters, which don't have to have ammunition. So let's just quickly fix it.
Okay, so going into the edit.
Let me find it.
Effects or details.
Well, you have the heavy pistol, right?
Yeah, no, I've got them both. It's just it's not linked to the ammo.
Yeah, so
I'm having to link it.
In details, you do.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at it. Personal.
Well, you don't have any ammo in your inventory either.
Well, I've got pistol shot down below. It's a little further down.
Which is probably not. Pistol ammo is loot. It's not a consumable. That's the gotcha. So you need to have. When you create it, you need a pistol ammo will be in the consumable. That's all.
Oh, gotcha. So how do you want me to roll, or are you fixing it?
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it, but somehow I've just done something stupid. It hit something.
It may be because we're both in it at the same time.
No. I hit.
It's not.
Okay. I'm fixing it. Don't.
Okay, I'm getting out of it.
Don't do anything.
I'm out of it.
I'm changing stuff.
Yeah, sorry.
There we go. Consumable action. And how much damage did we say this does?
It's a D10.
Okay.
According to let's see. 1d8, 1d10 plus 3.
No, it's 1d10 plus mod.
Seized.
Here's my lovely
Mod is gonna be that, and it's piercing or bludgeoning.
I think piercing. Let me look at the description again.
Piercing for now is fine. It's all good. All right, so
I think the only bludgeoning was like sling stones.
All right, so there we go. So now, if I go into your sharpshooter weapon, I should be able to say ammunition, pistol ammo, 1. All right. Now, if you try to do it, it should use that ammunition.
Okay, let's see if we can do this.
And don't forget to target the creature.
Oh, shit.
You missed anyway.
All that for nothing.
Well, at least now it's set up. So,
yeah.
Also, you had Hylough targeted, so luckily you missed
that
Hylough.
Would have been bad. Yeah, because I was going to give him. So what did you do with your bardic last time?
He didn't do anything with it.
Oh, so he still got it.
Yep.
I'll give it to Aaron. May not need it. Yeah, we'll give it to Aaron. Aaron, hit it under the neck. That's what the legend says. I don't know. So that's my
I didn't even know what this was until they started talking about it. So anyway,
I know, but what else like I say? I mean,
you just say you got it. I mean,
well, I know, but that just seems like I'm cheesy as crap.
All right, Raven. I mean, you could sing a song for him.
But I'm not a singing bard like that.
He's more of an actor.
Yeah, clearly.
The Raven's just gonna keep a watch out. Does it see anything? Does anything coming?
Nope, it's the cove. I mean, this seems to be the only creature here.
Yeah, it's just gonna
Hylough,
be
you're
chilling.
up. Hylough, you're up.
So that should have given it to Aaron.
Okay, sorry.
I think.
Yeah. Just make sure you.
I clicked on him and I hit it.
It's just there's nothing being attached to him currently.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hylough, you're up.
All right, so he's within. No, he's not within striking range, and I'm still being held. And I'm still being grappled, and
But you have a bow out, so I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
You also got bardic inspiration if you wanted to try to strength out of it. I don't know what the strength like that.
Yeah. Let me just get out of this thing.
All right.
Strength check. Just strength.
Make a strength check. Yep.
Can you do athletics?
Or athletics check. Sorry. Athletics check.
Athletics. Normal.
Oh, shit.
Would you like to apply your D6 bardic inspiration to that?
Oh, should I try?
Might as well. I mean,
Yeah.
So roll a D6.
Is there a place that I click that, or is it just
roll a D6?
Oh, there's a place to roll a D6, isn't there?
There is a place to roll a D6 though. On the bar,
Where
on
was
the side over here, there's a die roll. There's a die. The very bottom.
Oh yeah.
Click on
1D. Oh yeah,
Just
there we
do
go.
one. There you go.
Yes.
You break the grapple.
Yay!
woohoo!
And now I can
The D6
move.
got
You do
you
it.
the grapple, by the way.
So I can move, but then
You can move, but then all
I-
you have is a bonus action after that.
All right. So I'm going to move over to here,
Okay.
and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you
That's
do need to be
all I
a
can
little
do.
careful in the sense that it does have an actual attack range of 10 feet. So you're still within it. No, you're still in it. You don't want to move out of it. If you move out of it, it gets an opportunity attack.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I see,
you're fine. I just was reminding you that
Yeah.
it's got a longer attack than normal. So
Okay.
all right, it is now the wyvern's turn. It's being harried by these two fools up front. So it's going to attack. First, it's going to attack Aaron with its bite. Aaron, that actually misses you. And then it's going to attack Rhux with its tentacles. And it's going to completely miss that. So, all right, that was the worst. In its anguish and its pain, it lashes out at both Aaron and Rhux, but it's unfortunately just pain, too much in pain, and it misses both. Dresd'a, you're up. Disadvantages on attacks begin again.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna continue with the strategy I had before. I'll start with Chill Guy first.
Okay, he has disadvantage on the attack.
I forgot to hit the button. Okay.
10 will not hit.
But I shall go to mine and combo control is disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay.
You have an extra.
I got a 17 and an 18.
So let's fix something. But you hit. You will hit. So, but let me fix something for you.
You were rocking
In the
it.
future. Well, because it's broken, I'm going to have to fix that.
Oh, okay. Well, so
Because it feels broken. I got to look at it again just to make sure it's not super broken. But we can change your attack modifier to be +6 inside of the weapon, so that it will now do it correctly. Okay, so roll your damage because it thinks you missed.
All right. What is when I see damage is
Probably a D8.
Yeah, D8 plus 4. Or 1D8 plus 4.
All right, you do 10 points as it arrow slams into, and roll your D4 as the arrow slams into the neck. You see it swing and screech.
D4. And that's 2 of my sunfire arrows. I'm gonna...
Yep, that's all good. All right. And blood and black gore is kind of spreading out and dripping all over on the floor. Anything else?
Is anybody within 5 feet?
Yes, both Aaron and Rhux. Both of you give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. This is not my best.
Aaron as well.
There you go.
Rhux, you take 3 points of fire damage.
This game sucks.
No,
Half the damage on a failed, or no damage on a successful.
Oh, so actually, Rhux, take 1 point, and Aaron take 1 point. as the explosion from the arrow that hits the neck of the creature showers sparks on you guys, and you're unable to get out of the way. All right. Anything else? Dresd'a.
Nope, I'm all used up. I don't think I'm going to move.
Okay, Praedyth, you are up.
All right. Well, Praedyth. Nothing. Just cast an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
No reason to get fancy with it.
You hit. You do 6 points of damage, and with a screech as this inky black bolt hits the creature, and it just kind of slams onto the ground and doesn't seem to move anymore.
You guys are welcome.
Wow.
Stupid bird.
We got it.
Well done.
I didn't do nothing except just get hit.
Yeah,
I shot it a couple times.
I missed it once, and yeah, inspired you to do nothing.
I've hit it every time.
Yeah, it inspired me to get away from the.
Rhux is gonna go pick up his spear that he missed.
Okay.
He threw it.
Well, if there's one, there's probably another one, right? I mean, why would there only be one?
Let's go see if there's like eggs.
I will go through.
Oh yeah. All right. So you.
I do need the torch though. I can't see.
Yeah, I mean it's still dark back in there. So.
Oh, bearer of the torch, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we in
Light
combat?
my way.
Or
No
can
longer
I
in
go?
combat.
Praedyth wants to go up to the body and
There is no body.
it disintegrated.
No. Oh, the body of the creature. Sorry. I
Yeah,
thought you meant the body that was in the thing.
No, of the creature.
Yeah, you
He
can go up
wants to examine it because you said it was kind of.
So it is a jet black. Here, I just hit it in the thing, but it is a jet black creature. It is reptilian in form. It's about from snout to the end of its tail. It's probably about 20 feet long. Wingspan is about 10 feet though. Or no, from snout to tail, it's about 10, 15 feet long. And then wingspan from tip to tip is about 15 or so, 12 to 15 feet, 10 feet, something like that. It's got an inky black hide, and the ichor that's coming off of it is a deep purple that's almost black as well. The tail is split, and there are two tentacles on it with sort of a paddle-like end to them that has some jagged spikes on them. That's what kind of latched into Hylough and held him. Yeah, I mean, this king could easily be missed in the dark, so to speak. Like the fact that you guys saw it that night was only because you got close enough to be able to kind of see it in the low amount of light you had.
If I can, I'd like to, because I want to take some. I would like to at least document it, like write. He's got a journal.
Sure. You
document the beast.
You start talking him through it and doing stuff with
Marcus is looking for the nest. I'm not moving it, but it's got to have like some nest or some type of where it was sleeping.
So you guys are just going to start moving around?
Yeah.
Who's dinging?
Sorry, I just loaded, so I'll mute myself again. I just plugged something in.
Not your headphones, it sounds like.
So over here,
that's my headphones.
Over here is the corpse and the mostly eaten corpse of a horse. Otherwise, most of the bones in here look to be mostly from sheep and or goats. They're definitely not human or anything like that. The body here doesn't exist. Like I said, I made the map assuming you guys wouldn't actually help Cormac, so this was going to be him. Heading back in the corner here, you notice that there is sort of a bunch of stuff, a bunch of wood and bones kind of back in here, although I didn't put it into this portion of it. But no eggs or anything like that.
Loot the body!
Yeah, where's the treasure? Where's the gold?
There's nothing on the body. I've already told you what you can see.
What about feathers?
There's no feathers. It's a reptile. It's a wyvern. There's no feathers on it.
Well, doesn't mean there's no feathers. It flew, so.
It's
Is
like
there
a
anything
bat.
back
There's
in
no,
this back
There's no
corner?
feathers on a bat either, and it flies.
Well, I'm just saying they proposed that some types of dinosaurs had feathers
Right.
too.
I'm not saying that, but this is a wyvern. It doesn't have feathers.
So I'm gonna start looking around the floor and see if I notice any glitters or.
I'm gonna look in the back.
Hylough, as you're looking over that, there are some like torn open saddlebags, and there's some gold and actually a gold bracelet on the ground there. In amongst some of the stuff up here, Iylis and Dresd'a, and as you guys, like I said, there was a glint of coins and stuff there. There's a whole bunch. There's a couple of that's what I'm looking for. There is a couple of broken open crates here, like they're smashed. And as you kind of push the stuff around, you see a whole bunch of copper, silver, and gold marks.
Nice. Very nice. Guys,
Let's go.
over here near this body-shaped rock formation.
It's not body shaped. Funny.
Allegedly.
Let me put it this way.
non-body-shaped.
Let's think about this for a second. The fact that I assumed that I should put a body in here should tell you something about how I think you guys actually are playing.
that we were going to dilly-dally.
That you were not going to go help the guy until it was too late.
Yeah, exactly.
But funny, no. So it's not actually there. So, I mean, looking through all that sort of stuff, I literally, in my notes, it says, after defeating it, they find Cormac's partially eaten body, as well as a small... Actually, I'm sorry, I did mess something up. Marcus, when you did search back in there, in the nest, there were 3 jet black eggs, about the size of ostrich eggs. Further, you find skeletons of sheep and the horse, like I said before. And then amongst that spot down here is... as you kind of count through it all, so the gold and silver between these two spots comes out to be 1,500 copper marks, 1,100 silver marks, and 100 gold marks.
Hey.
As well as the gold bracelet over by the horse, you find the gold bracelet and a pair of silver earrings, and a small mirror set in a painted wood frame. As you're looking through the crates here, and you're kind of flipping over the wood and stuff like that from the crates, there is one of them is intact enough that you see a stylized hawk branded on one of the pieces of chunks of wood, which sort of implies that maybe it's from a merchant company or was on maybe was traveling via merchant or something like that. And if you Marcus, you could give me a knowledge history check on that one, because you might have seen that in the past.
How much silver was it?
1,100. You're pretty sure this is from the Hawk Trading Company. Hawk spelled Hawke, but they use a branded, sort of a stylized hawk as their brand. So you think maybe this is a couple of their crates. Usually they move stuff by ship, but that doesn't mean that, they couldn't have been picked up from a wagon or something like that as well. But it is the crates that were here. So somehow this creature picked up some crates from somewhere and threw them in, dropped them in here as it came in or something.
Is there any blood or anything? Well, no. I guess there's not any blood or anything on the crates. I wonder why.
No. I mean, there's blood over here where the horse was being eaten.
Right.
That's mostly eaten. And you also, back in the nest here where some of the eggs, where the 3 eggs are, were also the remains of the sheep that was taken last night as well.
Oh, yeah. We probably should take that, if you want evidence, that in the monster body. Or like a piece of the monster body. Stuff like that. We can carry the whole thing to prove that, yeah, they are eating sheep.
Now, there's a lot of sheep bones in here, so this thing has probably been doing this for quite some time. A lot of sheep bones in various states of decay. And it kind of stinks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bit of flies here and there as you kind of are going through the things and all that sort of stuff.
So is there anything? Hawk's trading company is just a trading company. There's nothing
It's
like
just a merchant.
nefarious or just a merchant.
Not that you know of. Like in this case,
Okay.
it's just a merchant company that you know of that does trading in the Sea of Tears. You've when you were working with Sarah, you probably did unload one of their ships at one point. But they're not. But
Okay.
you didn't know from her that they were a smuggling ship of any sort or a smuggling company. So, not that she potentially told you all of them, but you would think that if it was an important enough one, she would have told you.
I just wouldn't think it would go out. I would think that that's been food or something you thought was in there
Yeah,
to
it's possible, or
pick those
just
up.
pick something up that just.
Yeah, it could have just been random.
Yep. Or maybe
But yeah,
like some of
so-
the other ships, maybe there was an animal running next to it and it happened to pick up that and the crates at the same time.
That's true.
It's also possible.
So you guys want to take evidence of this in the sheet?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's gather it up, I suppose.
So what do you guys all take?
Drag the body out.
Well, I mean, definitely take the money and
And
the jewelry, and we can put that into the coffers of the party.
Right,
I
so
guess.
you have 1,500 copper, 1,100 silver, 100 gold, a small gold bracelet, a pair of silver earrings, and a small mirror set in a painted wooden frame. Are you taking the eggs?
Yes. Oh, yeah. They worth something to the collector.
You don't know.
Hopefully they won't hatch on us.
An egg collector.
The wyvern says.
Yes, that's a pretty good.
You have 15 copper, 3 chip like eggs. Do you
That's
want
a lot of money.
What are you trying to?
Well, I'm glad it told
it's
us
like
all that.
230 gold pieces. Is all it
Yeah, I was
is.
going to say it's not that much.
It's not that much.
Hey, I'm not going to knock any money in the foot. That's
But
all
I
I'm saying.
mean, the
And
gold
we-
bracelets, the earrings, the mirror, those are worth. I mean, a
Gains.
quick appraisal makes you think that they're probably worth somewhere between the 3 of them together are probably worth somewhere between 25 to 100 gold pieces, depending on who.
But we
That's a
probably shouldn't
range.
sell them in this town, just in case someone wants to claim them. Did we find out who lost this stuff?
The horse you didn't know. Like that was incidental that they overheard in the bar. They didn't mention it to you who said it.
Are the bracelet and earrings marked like they'd be easily identified? Unique?
The gold bracelet has an inscription on the inside of it, so yeah, that one would be probably kind of obvious. The inscription is like "To my love, WB" or something like that. And then the earrings are a little more nondescript. They're silver. They're kind of just a small hoop. They're as you're looking them over, they feel a little heavy for silver, though. And they are very well crafted, though.
Like, do they have platinum in this world? Is it?
Yeah, there's
Is it
platinum.
definitely silver?
It looks silver.
Have I come across platinum?
You probably heard of it. I mean, platinum marks aren't something usually like platinum. There are no platinum marks. It's usually used in high end jewelry and things like that.
Okay, so it's
In
probably
Europe.
really, really nice.
And the mirror looks nice. The painting on the wooden frame. The painting is sort of a green leaf design around the edge, and on the back side of the mirror is set in sort of green leaf kind of thing, and the back side is sort of a forest picture. It's very well painted.
Well, I mean, if we couldn't sell that, if we decide to put passengers, we could always put that in a passenger cabin. Something classy.
True.
Or it may be
Good
worth
man.
something. I mean, it's definitely worth something. It's just,
Yep, it's definitely
how heavy is it to haul out? Is it something fairly
what?
easy to, the mirror?
No, it's a hand mirror.
Oh, okay.
Like a
Then-
Even
painted,
better.
it's a small hand mirror kind of thing.
Okay.
It's
so why would the thing have it here? Would you think it brought a crate of something and smashed
well,
it
no,
open? or
the earrings and the bracelet and the mirror were you found basically in and amongst the horse.
right.
It's
Okay.
probably in the
okay.
saddlebags of the horse.
Okay.
They just ripped open when it was ripping through, eating the horse.
Mm-hmm.
The money was all in amongst the crates. What are you doing about the creature? You're just gonna let it rot?
Oh, I thought someone was gonna take.
We're gonna try to haul it up.
It's too big to haul off, I assume. I mean,
this thing weighs a good probably 800 to 1,000 pounds.
Rhux can carry
it's
it.
easily bigger than a horse, and most horses weigh around that. So, but it's lighter in the sense that there's a lot of other things
Rhux
about
can
it.
carry it.
I mean, we could cut its head off or something, and we need some evidence.
Yeah.
We declaw.
I mean, the head is probably good enough.
Off with its head.
I mean,
let's take some of the.
You can try to take stuff from it. I'm not saying you can't. It's going to take time, and you're going to have to do some actual skill rolls.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think I will
remember
do that. No one else
the it's a jet black hide that's somewhat shiny and
yeah, it'd be great for armor if you could do displacement.
And it was like it did seem like it was fuzzy when you were trying to attack it. So maybe that's coming from the hide. Maybe it's something else. You're not sure.
But, well,
let's do that. Let's skin it.
Let's cut a little skin off and see if it still has the same properties of
same lustrousness.
Yeah, or if it's maybe from an organ inside it. But like cut a little
imagine
skin.
That's Dex, so Rhux will not do that.
So you cut a little bit off. It doesn't seem to change anything.
Okay. So yeah, let's skin the whole thing.
All right. So somebody give me a survival check too.
Okay. Let's see.
Somebody can help him for advantage.
I've been skinning stuff.
I have survival, but
I have a survival with +3.
Praedyth is documenting this whole process. He wants to do an autopsy anyway.
All right.
Okay.
I have survival +3.
All right. So you're gonna have.
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. So we've got Rhux doing the survival.
Yes.
I will give him help.
You can give him help, so you can give him advantage.
So if I
think if
control click it, it works.
If you alt click, it should do. It still didn't do it. I don't know if it's doing.
All right. I'll roll another normal roll then.
All right.
There you go.
So you are able to. The wyvern's going to tell you what you get.
Oh, nice. It's so cool he can talk when he's dead.
I was gonna say that's really nice.
It is pretty cool.
It's like the cow that kills himself for steaks from Restaurant at the End of the Universe.
Yep.
Sorry, that was nerdy. My bad.
Yeah.
Good book though.
I got that one. Definitely read that.
Excellent book. Should we leave the skin on the head so we can show it was living and not actually?
So that is what you get for a 20. You were some of the teeth are cracked off. You couldn't get all of the claw. I mean, it only has six toes, so you only get 6 claws. But you got the main teeth from it, but several of them you try to get out and they crack. You do get pretty much a full skin of the Displacer Wyvern skin, which.
How many armor?
You believe that you might be able to get 2 suits of armor out of that.
Ooh.
What about
if somebody was good? If somebody's good at it.
Well, then we'll hold on to that until we find someone who's good at it.
Yeah. And then you get the tentacles.
What would the tentacles even do?
You're not sure. Maybe you.
Ooh. But I have them.
You have them. You're able to get them off.
Well,
they hurt.
Yeah, the head. You can also get the head if you want. That's still part.
Yeah.
of it.
I thought we were going to take I thought we were just going to cut the head off to take it with us, so we could show them, hey, we murdered this thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can have the head instead of the teeth. That's fine.
Well, I'd rather have the teeth and the head. Like take the teeth out of
the head. You
the
can take the head if you want to keep it in the teeth with the teeth. Like it's a good. You can mount it on your ship.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we get this way. We get all the teeth instead of only 8 of the teeth.
Right.
Yes.
We could name the ship the Water Wyvern.
It's already been christened.
It's been rechristened the Widowmaker because nobody told it what to name it. My point is that taking out the teeth, maybe somebody would want the teeth for something. That will now be a
that was my
roll.
point.
Yeah.
So we have all the teeth.
So. No, you just
How
have
many
the
claws
head.
did it have?
You don't have the teeth. You have the head.
No, I mean like it still has all its teeth.
For now, I mean, some of them are chipped because it was fighting you, but
Yes, but I didn't break some of them this time.
no, you
This
just cut
way.
the head off.
Jeez.
All right,
How many claws did it have total?
6, because it's got
Oh.
3 toes. Remember, we just had this.
Oh, that's right.
This conversation.
I'm super good.
So
It's a
the
wyvern. It has
tentacles-
2 legs. It doesn't have any claws. Like it's got hooks on the wings, and that's it.
So you said the tentacles are flat. Does that be like a club? Is it harder than wood, or is that just
No,
Special effect, nothing
it's
special.
literally displacer beast tentacles kind of thing.
okay?
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just an unusual kind of weird mutation feature.
Cool. Well, let's go back and show them this head.
All right, so you
They're like,
guys
"Yeah, look at this
get
thing
to
we
the
murked."
edge, and there's a rope there.
Hmm.
What do you guys do?
Rhux will go first because he wants to make sure no one else is up there.
Now, to be fair, the skin of the creature. Oh, by the way, this takes a good 3 hours to do all this. The skinning
Yeah,
by
I
itself takes most of the time.
Yeah.
That probably. It's
Yeah.
pretty big.
It's pretty huge. What I was going to say though is that it's pretty. It's not as heavy as having the whole creature, but it's still unwieldy and ungainly. So nobody's just going to carry it up as they climb up.
Yeah, let's leave it to last and
That's all
then
I'm
tie
trying to
it
tell you.
and pull it up.
Like somebody might be able to carry the head. The head is, basically a little bit bigger than a human head, but you're not going to be carrying that skin up, easily.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can tie it off and pierce it, and then
Yep, I'm not saying you can't
Pull
do
it
it. It's just going
back
to
up,
take some time. So who's going up first?
I think Rhux just said he
All right,
Rhux is
so
gonna
give me
go
an
up
athletics
first.
check as you go up.
I don't trust anything.
Is
There's gonna
Rhux
be
going to
someone
carry
up there.
Praedyth again?
If he wants to have
once-
disadvantage on the roll.
Once more people
Yeah.
are up here, I'll come back down and get Praedyth.
All right.
well, we can always tie Praedyth up and pull him up too. I mean,
Whatever works. I just don't want to be responsible for my own
Ah,
actions.
So you
frick.
make it up. You make it up
Oh,
fine.
nice. Never mind.
But you
Anyone
get to
there?
the top,
Oh,
and
God.
and you notice that the crowbar is kind of leaning a bit towards where the rope is being pulled.
Okay. Okay, we need to be careful then.
You could just brace it and tell everyone else to
yeah, I
go.
was gonna say brace it, and
Well, yeah. Obviously, yes, but it just means we need to be more careful. Plus, how heavy is the pelt? You said the whole thing was like 1,000, so it's like what?
Probably 300 pounds still. I mean, it's not it's not light.
Okay.
Oh, we can get somebody else up. We can hold the rope. We can provide.
I mean,
Well,
I'm
I will start bracing the
Alright,
crowbar and
who's
tell
coming up
people to be
next?
careful because
I'll
it's
climb
bending.
up
All right, so give me an
if someone
athletics
else
check.
wants to. Here comes a bad roll. That's how it works.
It's fine, Marcus. You'll just get pierced by a giant spear thing on the bottom.
See?
Rhux, give me a strength check.
Okay.
All right, so
Wow.
you feel the crowbar kind of lurch a little bit, but you're kind of holding on to the rope, so, or at least holding on to this crowbar, so you kind of hold it back. Marcus is able to make it up, but the crowbar looks to be like it's starting to come out, like out of the hole you've put it in. You can
Can
try
we
to
hammer it
you can
in?
try to put it in again if you want.
Yeah, I'll hold it again, and I think
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. We'll try to put it back in.
yeah, I'll give him the help action for that.
Or should I try to pull it out and put it somewhere else, like a new spot?
I mean, I don't know which would be better. Marcus
Fresh dirt. Probably a fresh spot.
Yeah, first spot's probably better because it should be relatively easy for me to pull back out now that it's been loosened and stuff. So if I put it in a no spot, it'll be.
But you
it'll take
rolled really
longer
well
for
the
it to
first
loosen
time.
I did.
And
So
guess what? You all went down, and a couple of you got back up before it finally came out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I rolled good. All right, I pulled the thing out and I'm gonna put it back in.
All right, give me a strength check with
And I
advantage because Marcus is helping.
woohoo!
right, so you
1, 2,
jam
2.
that
This is
thing in
even
as
better.
much as you can.
I will continue to brace it as people come
that's
up.
fine. What's going on next? What are you guys doing next? Who's coming up next? Are you sending up the pelt? What are you guys doing with the skin?
Actually, can I look around, see if there's anything, anybody noticing or anybody that type of thing?
No, there's nobody around here. This is pretty desolate's not the right word, but I mean it's not.
It's not.
It's all kind of. This is all considered grazing land for sheep, and clearly no one has got their herd coming around at this point around here at this point of the year or at this point of day. You saw a bunch of flocks as you were walking down the road, both when you got here earlier and went up with Blimby, and when you came down this way. So I mean it's pretty, but nothing was over here when you guys came through.
Okay, and no ships in the harbor or anything coming in there.
Well, there's no. I mean, this harbor. It's not. Remember, you guys
smuggling.
ran into a reef when you tried to get out, so it's not a harbor. This
Well,
thing's not
smuggling
normally.
area.
When you got in here, it didn't seem like this had been used in years. Remember, part of the ladder that kind of got down into it broke off as you tried to get down into it. So
I'm very aware.
Yeah, from age and disuse. So
okay, so yeah, I'll brace.
All right, who's going next?
I'll go next.
Well, everybody else will be able to get up. It was starting to fall out. The question, really, what you need is how are you gonna get up the skin?
So we're going to just tie it onto the rope, let them pull it up, and then I'll come last.
Well, we can pierce it too. Something tying it may be as good as.
Really, really well.
Yeah,
I'll climb
Right, so
on
who's tying it? That they will have to give me a probably a dexterity check. And then who's ever pulling it up, those guys will have to do a strength check.
I'm good at that, but I'm at the top.
Yes.
Since Hylough's going up last, I'll just
And I
wait
roll
till he
crappy.
goes up and I'll climb on him.
Okay.
Rhux will pull up the thing.
Well, who's tying the thing up?
Yeah,
I guess
someone needs
I'll
to tie the thing.
Why don't I tie it and Praedyth can help me
Yeah, I'll help.
All right. Dexterity check with advantage.
with advantage.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so you tie it up. You kind of get it together. All right, the two of you start pulling it up. Give me a strength check.
Do I do it?
Yeah, with advantage, because Marcus is helping. All right, now let me give a quick roll. All right, you kind of get it. You pull it up. It does, because you're pulling this thing up or through kind of a cliff. It does catch at one point, but you're able to get it all the way up to the top.
Yay!
There's a little bit of scratching on it, but luckily Hylough rolled it inside out, so that it's basically the inside of it that's scratching, not the outside.
Yes, good. Very smart.
And then you guys spend the next, it takes you guys about a half an hour to get everybody finally back up on top. And you guys are now back.
I'll pull
out
the
of that
crowbar
thing.
out once everyone's out.
Now, the next question for you guys, I'm not going to worry about it. But I mean, how are you getting all the money out? But you just threw it out of your pockets and stuff. All right. You guys are back out onto this map.
I'm going to pull out the crowbar as well.
You guys pull out the crowbar. So you guys are approximately here. It's early afternoon. You figure it'll be about, a good 3 hours of hike to get back to the thing. But you've got this 300-pound skin that you've got with you. How do you want to carry that? Who's carrying that?
There's lots of wrist
alternate.
Yeah, we could probably flip it between people.
You can
How do I see
take
how
as
much
much time as you want if you prefer, and then I won't ask for certain things. But that will just be
I think
more
we're going
time.
to take our time, and
Right.
we're not.
I don't think we're in any hurry.
All right, so it takes you about 3 hours just to get to here, which you can see off into this area here. You can see a flock, and you think Cormac is with that. So that takes you
He's
about
alive?
3 hours.
Yeah, we had a premonition that he did.
So it's getting into early evening at this point, but you figure it's going to be at least another hour and a half to get back with this thing. Do you wish to stop here, or do you want to continue on?
Well, I mean,
What time is it?
About 5.
How long do we gauge it'll take us to get back the rest of the
an
way?
hour and a half.
Sorry, I was cutting.
I mean, someone could probably go tell him that we found it. Unless he's got a wagon, the rest of us should just keep going, right?
I don't know. You could go. I mean, you don't remember a wagon last night, but you didn't really look around that much in the barn, so.
Yeah, and I just don't know if we could store it in the barn where someone else wouldn't claim it. Because, I don't know if we're going to be able to take it into the town and throw it into the hotel, because it's still sizable, right? I mean,
it's a decent size. I mean,
let's bring the stinky skin into the retail establishment.
You might be able to store it somewhere. Like, you could probably take it to the boat,
maybe
put it on the boat, possibly.
Yeah, we could take it to the dry dock. I think we have time to just walk.
Marcus.
Oh boy. Okay. Just straight up intelligence. Get it wisdom.
No.
Right. I know.
It's mental recall.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. All right. So what are you guys doing? You just going to continue to take it back to T-Rex Landing?
Yes, so.
Okay. So about an hour and a half later.
I had a thought about it, but I don't remember.
No, it was just to see if you remembered that there was a cart outside the building.
There you go.
Night. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. That's not as bad as I thought then.
No.
So we didn't actually walk up to him and ask him?
I mean, you guys just said you were going to continue on. You could
I
see him
thought
a ways, but I mean, he's tending the flock, so.
Okay.
I mean, you can go talk to him, but at this point in time, no one. I asked if you guys were continuing on, and
yeah, I said maybe one person would go up and tell him, and we keep going on, but no one volunteered, and I wasn't going to do it. So
okay.
Just wasn't going to do it. So, all right, you guys make it to T-Rex Landing. No, it's fine. I understand. And kind of walk in through the south of town. A few people look at you funny as you're kind of coming in with this strange rolled up thing. You could turn off and go to the ship if you want.
I think that's probably the best place.
Yeah.
So yeah, you take that over to the ship, and as you get to there, you see them working on it. They're definitely they're now starting to put in some of the formed boards on the spot in the front where you guys had run aground a couple times. And when you kind of Ziora's like, it's good to see you guys again. We got that thing in that part, the lower hold. We got that explosion damage kind of mostly fixed. It's it's for what you're paying me. It'll be good enough. I wouldn't put any super heavy cargo in there if I were you, but it'll do. It'll work as a passenger compartment for sure. We're now starting to get the front. We should definitely be done in a couple days. There's still a few more pieces of wood being formed for a few spots, and you can see that there's definitely some parts that are just out. If you were to try to sail this right now, it'd be gallons of water coming in, but and you can also see there's a couple of benches where they're forming some of the wood. What did you guys need?
We need to store
what
this.
The hell is that?
We want to make it into a flag. No one ever knows we're coming because they don't know what the flag is. Giant black thing, but they can't see it.
That weighs 300 pounds. So
exactly. They can't see a flag.
Yeah, it's definitely just not going to just fall off the flagpole and get destroyed.
Yeah, we'd like to store this with the ship. It's
okay. You can kind of get inside and go and put it in that, like I said, in that spot in the hold, I guess.
Does anyone know, knowledge-wise, if we were tan it? I mean, is it normally to make armor you tan something? I mean,
I don't know. You would have to do a knowledge check, or go talk to a blacksmith, or maybe talk to a tanner.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. One of us needs to do, but it's just gonna.
Do they have those here?
Well, there's definitely a blacksmith because somebody is getting some ammunition made from them.
True.
Also, do we want to, and as we're talking, going back, I'll mention this. Do we want to have him add a little extra compartments that maybe for smuggling?
Probably cost some more money, but
Well, that's what I meant. I mean, I'm asking.
now would be the time.
No.
Okay, don't everyone talk at once.
Well, what is it?
Yeah, I
we're
said
doing
I
this
vote
on?
no.
What now?
What are we talking about? I'm sorry.
Putting
So-
compartments on the ship for like smuggling purposes.
That's harder. That looks like,
Oh.
That's not obvious that we have extra compartments, and it's not in the hold. We can store things we want to keep, even if it's not smuggling. Just having compartments that are kind of hidden aren't a bad idea. And while we got the ship up in dry dock, it'd be a prime opportunity and probably cost less than having to do it again later.
Yeah.
But-
Well,
I say
why
go for it.
why wouldn't we?
Because it'll cost extra money. That's why I'm presenting it.
But it'd be worth it. I mean, we're definitely going to be hiding
again, I'm-
stuff.
Well, why don't we
I'm
ask how
making
much is it? How much is it?
Statistically
Ask them.
speaking.
We
Ask
have
them.
to ask. But I'm saying if we want to do that before I go talk to him, or someone goes talk to him. So sounds like yes.
Well, at least to get a price. Figure out what it is. If it's
Yeah.
Okay.
$10,000.
So,
It's $1,000.
Also, if we were interested in some hidden compartments where we could keep things safe, how much extra would that be to?
Zara's like, well, I guess I would suggest making the lower hole, the bilge ceiling below the bilge or above the bilge be, maybe a foot or two lower, and then you could hold stuff in there. To
Sounds like
change that
excellent.
whole bottom, you'd have to make the whole thing, the whole ceiling lower to make it so it's right, Otherwise,
Okay.
if you just had half of it, it'd be pretty obvious if somebody went into the bilge. Be still somewhat obvious if somebody goes through the trapdoor into the bilge, but not terribly so. I mean, I would say wood is about maybe about 300 gold to do it. I mean, the bilge is not super big down there, so it's not a ton. Maybe 300, 350. I could probably do it for 300.
Okay.
Remember, you still owe him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how much do we owe him still?
You still owe him. Can't remember exactly how much. You paid him 100 down. I think it was going to cost 250.
Okay, so and this would be an additional
300.
375, 50 total.
And we're getting we got
You now
You just
have
got 100
you
gold.
now have an extra. You have 100
125.
from the bounty. You're still waiting on 125. You got more money just from what you just did. So you still would have to pay at this point in time 450 gold. To
What about
finish
closing underneath some of the stairs or a smaller compartment?
well, how about making double walls inside of existing compartments so that
that would be more expensive because I'll have to form wood. At least with the floor, it's just cutting the wood and it's all flat. For the walls, for what he's talking about. For the walls.
How long would it take? Would it be easier once you've got it up now? Is that
To do what? To add the
to add to the floor to
add
do
that
what you were
floor?
suggesting?
I'd add another day to it. Maybe a day and a half. Like it wouldn't be done 2 days from now. It would probably be done 3 days from now.
All right.
I mean, we've
Well,
now had a full day and a half working onto this sort of stuff. We're mostly waiting on forms. So, but I mean, we got to do a whole nother deck underneath. So it'd take probably an extra day. Is all.
All right, well,
Because we're
definitely.
getting some time right now while we're waiting for some of these extra forms.
Do you have any other ideas that might be a little cheaper?
I got to look at your ship. That's Pete saying that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to do this right now.
No, I'm just thinking of what are the possibilities. That was just my first one. It's like, you could make a false ceiling in the bilge and then put like a foot or two between it. It'd be a lower clearance in the bilge, but who cares? It's just the bilge. You could, I'm looking at the thing. You could make it so that the chamber that they just fixed, you could put a wall. You could wall across where. Let me bring you to the sea spray. Sorry, I just realized that I didn't bring you to it. In theory, you could do a wall across here. If you see where I'm looking here, I just kind of brought you to it. So you could enclose this area in. That'd probably be cheaper. That'd be probably 100, 150. Most of what you're paying for is labor.
Yeah.
So that would narrow this down, and then this would. Nobody's really going to notice that they'll think that you might be able to do the same thing up here. So you enclose both ends, and then people will just think that the masts ended at the floor above, for the front and the back, possibly.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was thinking about.
That could probably be. We got to make it stable, so probably 150 for this one, and then this side would probably be 100 because it's less to go.
Okay.
You would lose some cargo space, but that's up to you.
Well, let us discuss it. That gives us some ideas.
So at this point in time, you could do a full 2-foot thing where you basically lower the ceiling in the bilge by 2 feet, and that would be 300. Or you have an option on the aft end, which would be 150, and on the fore end, which would be 100.
Right.
So you now have literally 4 options technically, 5 if you really wanted to go with all 3 of them. But
so let's figure out how much money we have, and then we'll.
All right. So let me write that down though, so I don't forget. So 100 to enclose front of cargo floor. 150 to enclose back of cargo floor. 300 to make a 2-foot gap between cargo and bilge. And then part of that 200 would be making spots where you could pull up the 250 would be spots where you could pull up the boards so you could get into it. That would be the thing to think about.
Yeah. Okay.
So there you go. That has now been attached to this whole thing. All right. He's like, yep. Sooner I know about it, the better. Like tomorrow is more of me working on other things because we're waiting for forms. But if you know you want to do something, make sure you get in early and I can get it started.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about
it. If you just enclose the front, we could probably get that done tomorrow, and it wouldn't take any extra time.
I mean, I think that's reasonable. Well, let's get back. Send you a message in the morning.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
And you guys put that thing in the ship somewhere. You keep the head?
Yeah, we got to take it to what's his name, right?
I'm asking. I just meant, do you keep it with you?
Yeah. We'll take that.
All right.
Plus, to show them. See, this is what happens when we go to hunt monsters. We hunt monsters. We're not the best sailors in the world.
Well, we're not bad sailors. Just have problems getting out of reefs. All right, so you guys get back to the inn. As you come in, Bello is like, "What's that smell?"
I won't be here long. We're just gonna.
And to be fair, Rhux is kind of covered a bit in gore from, cutting this thing.
Oh yeah,
No, from skinning the thing and all that sort of stuff. Like, he's not exactly like he would wash up a bit, but he's not going to get it all off.
Is there a bathhouse anywhere in here?
He's like, Bello's like, no, but we can draw you one. We have a house, a spot out in the back. We could do it.
Yes, I think. Well, I'd like to have one anyway. So it's marked. Okay.
It will cost 5 silver because we'll have to heat the water and things. But
I'll go first.
I would say I think we have that now. Let's do that.
Oh, 5 silver each, like not just for.
Yeah, I get that.
All right. So, how many baths are you going to do? And it's going to be sequential. He only have one. They only have one tub. So.
Well, and can we put the head into the room as a head smell?
Oh,
I mean, we've got it in a bag. Actually, we've got it in a bag.
You got it in a bag, but I mean, the bag is soaked in a little bit of ichor and things like that, of the black blood and stuff like that. But I mean, you could probably like. It might be better if you went to the general store and bought like a box or something to put it in. So you could take the sack and put it in the box. That might be a little bit better, but the thing's going to start rotting in a couple days. So
yeah, well, we have to. I mean, we could even go and show them. Well, it's too late tonight.
Yeah, it's probably a little too late. Like you'd have to go find Cormac, and then Cormac would have to take you to the place. And
well, unless we want to spend money on a box, I guess we take it to him in the morning.
I mean, you can still leave it in the sack and put it in the room. It's going to.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So it's not going to be awful tonight.
Yeah,
but it will eventually. You do it quick.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
yeah, I'll take a bath.
You guys start taking a bath. I mean, how many of you are taking a bath?
Well, everyone's complaining about me, so I guess I'll take a bath.
No one's complained about me, so
if you want.
I'm not gonna take a bath.
It doesn't smell.
Marcus is taking a bath just because.
Yeah, I'll take a bath.
Baths.
I see no reason.
We know you see no reason. We smell reasons, but you see no reason.
Well, you haven't said anything about it.
So you guys take 3 baths and spend off of 15 silver pieces, and that takes about an hour and a half because, like I said, it's sequential.
Take it out of the funds we just made.
Yep. No, I'm just putting it out. Thing. All right. You guys gather again in the common room of the inn, to kind of decide what you want to do for the evening. As you guys are sitting there waiting, as you're sitting there discussing what you're going to do, and I'll let you do that here in a second. The doors open and in comes Blimby and True.
Yay!
Welcome back.
They smell.
Welcome, sure. What the hell is that smell? Is what True says.
Come back.
We took a bath. We all took a bath.
Yeah, but the odor is. I mean, think about it. It's like this is a pretty nasty odor.
I know.
Like it
Well, we
smells
found
like
our
something
monster.
died in here.
We found our monster.
Ah, you found your monster. I see. And
But
did you
the
take care of
evidence
it?
is here. We did. The evidence is here, and we have to take it to show. So it's over there in the bag.
The Skurlocks.
Yeah.
I
mean, technically, we could put it in. Do they have a where they keep the horses? Do they have any type of extra area, or
no? The inn doesn't have any like horse stuff. Like
doesn't have a horse stables.
No, they don't have a stables. The inn does not have a stables. There is a stables in town, but the inn, like this town is small enough that like the inn is basically just an inn with the breakfast thing. If you had brought horses with you, they would have directed you to a guy who has stables. Like, they direct you to taverns for having most of your meals and stuff like that. That's the kind of town this is.
So yeah, this is what we found. Open the bag.
True looks in there. It's like, yeah, that reeks, but interesting creature.
Yes, it was. And we're gonna pull the teeth eventually, but we will get rid of it. We were thinking about using it as a masthead, as a
could still
the prow of our ship.
You could still maybe buy one of those. We could probably find someone at some point. Huh.
We could.
Praedyth, if you would give me a dexterity check or a potential sketch of said creature.
I'll give you that check. Dexterity.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you kind of document everything as they were doing the stuff, but you also try to make a sketch of it, and
so I did.
It's passable.
Yeah,
it's it's not the best detailed thing, but it gets the job done of exactly what it is that you get the general shape of it. If you could get somebody, your head isn't the best, but you've still got the head, So in theory, you could potentially get somebody else to try to draw it at this point.
You got too excited when they started cutting off the skin.
Yep. But I mean, you got the basic anatomy of it, right? And all that sort of stuff. It's just, it's not anything like, if you were to take this to somebody and say, hey, would carve me this head, it wouldn't be super detailed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you took the head to them, sure, it would be.
Yeah.
But your sketch is not really the greatest for that. But it does get the basic job done of anatomy and
since I do still have the head, I can refine it over the
you can try later
over the night if I feel like it. I mean, probably won't, but
yep.
Make a soup out of it.
So True's like, so no one in that village has seen Rona. And her cousins are a little worried, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Where would someone like that go in this place? It must be.
One of them mentioned something about, she had mentioned she had a suitor. Now, we assumed it was Cormac, but I mean, it doesn't sound like Cormac. What you were telling us last night.
Cormac has gotten that far.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that's Cormac at all. So, I don't know. Something's odd there. And Blimby speaks up and says, I'm going to talk to Lvivic about it. We'll see if maybe they can send a couple guards down there and do a little more digging. I don't know if it's really anything for us to really look into. I can let Cormac know that she's not down there, and maybe he can follow up with it. That's Blimby's thing. And True's like, no, I guess. I mean, but we still have a day, right? Or 2 days, actually. The ship won't be done until the day after tomorrow. Is that right? I mean, we don't even get the money back until tomorrow. And he's like, I mean, if you want to follow up on it, be my guest. But I mean, one shepherd girl. I mean, I'll help you if you need me to. But...
I mean, I don't mind going investigating. I still would like to see the lighthouse, but that can be done another day. And we do have to go give Cormac his evidence. But I'm in.
It's like, well, I mean, we can go try tomorrow. I mean, we should go talk to her grandfather anyway. Maybe she's there.
Yes.
And he's like, oh yeah, that's actually a good call. Maybe she is there. It'd be odd that she wouldn't be out, but maybe she's there. That's very possible. So what are you guys going to do this evening?
Can we go through the market and get food?
It's a bit late for that, but we could probably get some food at Chirax Brewery or at the Downpour, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's true. We'll just do the brewery.
You guys gonna head over there and get food?
I'm
sure.
Yeah.
All right, you guys head
Maybe
over to
talk
the
to them
brewery,
about some business ventures.
and go on into there. And as you enter, places still somewhat happening this evening. Not quite as much. It's kind of mid-ish week. There's definitely people there partaking of food and drink. The bouncer again kind of just as you kind of walk in, but he at least recognizes you this time and doesn't look you over quite as much. The jovial bearded man behind the counter, that goes by the name of Biston, definitely nods as you come in and kind of nods you over towards a bigger table because you have the whole group this time. And you guys have a seat and get ready to partake of some food and drink, and we will stop there for the evening. We'll pick that up again next time.
Very cool.
As you drink and be merry, actually, you drink and be merry, have a little bit of food. Growthar doesn't want to talk about business. He says, come back in the morning. We'll talk in the morning when it's not so busy.
Yeah, I'm not going to push him on it.
Yeah. And after you have a bunch of food and drink, you head back to the inn, tuck yourselves into bed, and get a long night's rest. And we will start the following morning next time.
Ooh.
Make it a bit easier for me to start the day.
Awesome.
Hey. Cool. We killed the big bird.
Yep, you guys definitely got the big bird, but you can certainly take a long rest if you'd like to before we
Yeah.
cut out for the
I'm
day.
gonna just take mine.
Yeah, no, that's all good.
Get my 2 bardic inspirations back.
Yeah,
Oh,
some
I
people
do
get some hit
well.
points back and a few things like
just
that.
a few.
Got
Yeah,
my
we-
arrows back. Ching, bing.
Yeah, we need to buy some rope and climbing materials and torches.
Yep.
That's something.
Yeah.
Oh,
guys
we
did-
need to make
you
sure
guys
that
did
we
pretty well
money
save
against
the.
the wyvern. So
Need to make sure we have the money to
I
pay for the
thought we
ship
did
first.
really well considering. I mean, we had outnumbered it, but
well,
I mean,
the
poor Chad
displacement-
got pounded.
the
but
displacement stuff was intended to even the score a little bit. But but you know, it being right it being right before Dresd'a did not help it. Like if Dresd'a had been right before it, then you know, then the
oh yeah, it wouldn't have been a big deal
it
because
would
immediately
have
gets
been
the-
much worse for you guys because then you would have had probably a lot longer disadvantage on attacks and things like that, which would have definitely helped a bit.
What was its armor class?
14. It wasn't a high armor class. It wasn't intended to be because it was intended you have disadvantage for
Yeah.
So I mean the
Yeah, it
expectation
never gets
was
hit,
that
so it
somebody
can't
would hit
top
it.
in its high.
Well, no, I mean someone would hit it at some point through the round. I wasn't expecting you to not hit it, but at the same time it would have been a little bit more difficult. All right. So until we hit our next session next week, everybody have a good evening.
Cool.
All
Happy
right.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. See you guys.